Look, the best cracks are painless. I mean, honestly, nobody wants pain in the crack. Oh, Jesus Christ. Good. Oh my God, that's good. Wow. Oh, Jesus.
This is like Hack's dream.
God, it's such a perfect whiskey for everything I love. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, man, these 14s, man.
God. The 14s are killer, right?
14s might be where it's at.
That's one of the best single barrels I've ever had in my life. This bottle from 21090, if you put this in a blind with a George T. Stagg, I think you're going to have a hard time picking which one you like. I think it gives me George T. Stagg vibes. And I know that that's like probably sacrilege or whatever, but yeah. Do you know those pours like that demand attention because the proof is there and you know it's there, but it doesn't mean it's over ethanol, but it says, I'm fucking here and you better pay attention to me.
I put no clock and then I put a William LaRue Weller sample in there and yeah, I beat it. Yeah. We were knocking down that barrel to about the bottom 8th, right? And that thing was Coy Hill-esque.
So here's the thing, and this is why the sippers are so cool. Dan and them had been down there a few weeks earlier, and they write their names on certain barrels that they want to hold for them.
Oh, nice.
And Dan said, if you twist my arm, I'll let you try some of them. So I was like, Dan. So once we lined up and they knew our group was kind of nerds, and he's like, all right, I'll let you try them. And then I said, Dan, can we have this one? And he goes, yeah, I'll let y'all have it. So
What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? Here we are. It's Sunday night. Let's get it.
I forget that we live streamed on Thursday.
Nothing like hey, I got home from a California work trip. Let's go live stream and do it for like 2.5 hours and go in the after chat.
I know, man. I was ready. I was like, let's go. That ended up being a blast. We had a little too much fun maybe on that one.
I know we did. I had a rough Friday, not gonna lie to you. Yeah. But I do. Hey, back in stock, baby. Back in stock.
I got
back in stock.
I got mine coming too. I think that Friday morning I got on and just bought more. So.
Right. And let's forget that we're not sponsored.
No, we are not. We are not sponsored by anything. Yeah. So
here we are. It's gonna be fun tonight. We're gonna do a quick check-in tonight because we've got the guys hanging out. Tonight is gonna be so much fun. Dan Klein and Bobby McClellan from the Mississippi Sippers are here. And one thing I've learned about it, Mac, is the more whiskey I drink, the harder it is to say the Mississippi Sippers.
One of the clips, one of the shorts you put out this week, you said, now, and I'm going to try to do the impression, which is, now I just love this Mississippers.
Yeah, I just blended them. I just blended them.
I love it. Maybe that's a secondary kind of, club name. You guys, we'll have Dan and Bobby on.
Maybe so, man. But it was so much fun down there. And so those guys, they are going to be with us tonight, hanging out. We're going to get into some whiskey with the boys from Mississippi, and just some really new great friends, man. I love those guys, and so we're gonna have fun tonight. It may get off the rails. Just warning y'all.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. And yeah, excited to have them on and talk about our experience. We've got some stuff to sip through, and then talk about our barrels too, man, which I'm super excited about.
Sure. I do need to start with something real quick because you may be looking at my special special bottle here tonight and going, well, this is not exactly a Crittenden's. We're going to get to it, but just want to make a quick announcement because I've got a 17-year-old boy that a lot of y'all know and have met, and you hear me talk about him. And he finished his Eagle project today, so I thought I'd start the stream with a tribute to my boy and all the scouts and the dads and everybody that came help. We worked 3 days, and we painted my wife's nonprofit, Interfaith Caring Ministries. We painted a good portion of it, and there was just as much paint on the boys as was the walls. But man, we had a good time. We worked our asses off for the last 3 days, and but yeah, so he's got a couple more weeks here, and he will get his Eagle Scout, and I'm just very proud of him. So this is to my son. Cheers.
Cheers, man. That's awesome. Cheers.
Yep.
I know that's been a big lift and a lot of stuff. So that's awesome.
So anyway, we can get the sappy stuff out of the way and get into having some fun. But I start off with Eagle 12 just for that reason. We want to check in with the chat a little bit, and I'll do some updates as we go, Mac.
Let's do it. Yeah. What's up, Brad? Cheers. Been waiting for this live stream ever since we left Crittenden's.
There's not a bigger fan of Crittenden's than Brad Cook. I don't even know if fan's the right word. I feel like he's almost an employee.
I know, right? Brad was so excited, got us all excited, and then helped also find some killer barrels with the sippers there, put us on some killer stuff. So Brad, I can't wait to get our bottles.
I can't either. Brad knew where to hunt. He knew all the honey holes.
Cheers, Dave V. How's it going? I saw a little haul from you earlier. Oh, and he just got back from a pick with 210. We'll love to hear about the Cedar Ridge stuff.
Cedar Ridge pick, yeah.
Cheers, Randall from San Diego. That's awesome. Rick J, cheers. Wes, welcome in, buddy. Got Dennis in the house. Whiskey Curious. Got some Crittenden's Double Oak.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I think he's a member of the Sippers as well. I think Whiskey Curious is one of their guys. So welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in. Tim K, welcome in, buddy. Let's see. Foot Doc. Thanks for coming.
Third favorite Tim.
We're gonna have pretty soon. You're gonna be calling people like your sixth favorite Tim.
I know, but see, I like to know everybody by name. I do.
There's Tim.
That's my first favorite Tim. Tim's been hitting the pours this afternoon. He's been dropping some pictures. He's like a pour 6 or 7. He's your out of us right now.
Tim, what's the best thing you had tonight or today? Maybe. Let's see here. Diggity Don. Cheers. Chris. How I say Chris's trunk. I'm trying that, but
he probably was like the Mississippi Sippers. We just combined it all.
Mississippers. Cheers, Candace.
Hey, there's the queen of whiskey. Welcome in.
Keep rolling through here. Got Terry Powers here. Cheers. Let's see here. We got Brandon Scott. Cheers, buddy. Sweet Cindy, welcome in.
Welcome in.
The devil's in the house here.
Oh, man.
What's up, Andrew? Oh, yeah. We got Jerry, got Bama in the house.
Hey, Jerry.
On the tour. Cheers.
Eric. Welcome in, Eric.
Eric, soon we'll get your bottles back to you that I've had. We'll figure it out.
You still sitting on that man's Agent Or?
Yeah, I'm still got his Agent Or, but I think we worked some out here. All right. Let's keep rolling through here. Thanks, everyone, for joining. This is going to be an awesome stream. We've got I know we got a couple announcements too, Hack, but some exciting announcements. I don't know if anyone can see what we're wearing, but a little tease here. Jim Turner, we got Christian in the house. There's Corey. Welcome in, buddy. Cheers. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Let's see. There he is. There's Jay. What's up, buddy?
Hey, second favorite Jay.
Thank you for the super chat.
Dennis coming in with super chat. Probably good for me to tell y'all what we're super chatting for tonight. So I'll put the banner down here. Thought, in kind of the theme with my son's Eagle project, I feel so proud of him and feel like celebrating. This will be tonight. It's an Eagle Rare 10, but it is a store pick. So some of these can be super special. This one is from Specs. So this is a SAS Select Eagle Rare 10. This is going to be in the drawing tonight for the wheel. Also picked up at the distillery, brought one home. Crittenden's, this is 7-year rye. This is their newest release that they just released at the distillery, a black walnut rye. So I can hand deliver this to someone tonight, and it is pretty dang good. We'll get into it tonight. And then I've got a Crittenden's fun pack of a whole bunch of stuff that I've got that will be there. And we've got 2 Whiskey Wheel of Fates. We've got some Crittendens on the Whiskey Wheel of Fate. We got some K. Luke on the Wheel of Fate. And of course, as always, the Baba Yaga, Poland's finest. So you never know. You could end up with Poland's finest.
Has anyone? No one's got the Baba Yaga yet, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
One day. That's awesome.
So,
was that black walnut rye on the desk during the podcast recording?
Yeah, we
killed that thing. Which, by the way, I think the Mississippi Sippers, that podcast came out right on Friday, right, Hack?
It did, and I'll drop a link in the channel here in a minute in the chat so that you guys have it. But yeah, it did, and they have an RSS feed where you can check that out. I dropped it in our Discord, so if you're a member, you've seen it. But after our pick, we hung out with those guys and did a podcast, which I don't know if that was wise, but we did it.
Oh, I know. I'm worried.
Bobby look, Bobby just posted in the chat while he's waiting. We killed it during the recording.
Yeah, we did. That thing was killer. So, well, Hack, should we tease? Or should we just go for it for this next announcement?
So let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. And this announcement's all yours, sir.
All right. Well, long awaited. And so now all of you that keep saying, "Where's the merch? Where's the merch?" It is here, and I'm dropping it right now in the chat. We got our store up here: store.hackandmackshow.com. You can get one of these. Our Hack and Mack shirt. We've also got a couple other things that you'll see. So we have the Hack and Mack logo here. We've got our MGP shirt, which, you got to do. We got Caramel and Oak shirt up, which was in demand. And then we have 2 hats there. One thing I'll say about the hats is these are drop shipped hats. So they're going to be, if you've had, I don't know, Hack, how would you kind of like dad hats, that kind of thing, like basic, which are, cool. I think also they're not going to be like that branded Bills level, just to kind of like set some expectation. I still think they're great. I'm a little more particular about hats. I'm loving this Crittenden's hat, by the way. We are open to getting some like fancier hats if you guys are interested, and maybe we can talk about that at a future stream. But we wanted to get this thing up and running, and then the Glens, you'll notice Glens are on there. We are still in the process of ordering those. Those are going to have to be a mass shipment, but they're coming. I'm excited.
The way our store works, guys, is they're all made to order stuff. Yeah. So it just, we didn't feel comfortable buying a whole bunch of different merch and shirt sizes and all that. And so if it runs a little more expensive because of that, or a little more time, we apologize, but that was how we wanted to manage the merch, just because we're both so busy. Believe it or not, this is not our full-time job.
Believe it or not.
So thank God it's not, because we would be broke. But our store, it's made to order. So hopefully you guys want to check that out. hackandmackshow.com. Really cool website. And got to give a shout out to the producer, who I know, Naomi. Thank you so much for all your help with this. And we really appreciate you.
That was huge. Yeah, she was a huge part of making this whole thing happen. So anyway, it's here. By the way, the shirts, this is a large. So it's kind of, these run big. They're thicker. I like the fabric, Hack. I think we talked about, this isn't like they feel like nice shirt. Like they're not like the little thin.
My shirt got battle tested in the Mississippi heat rick house.
So.
And it held up. One of the things I like is the collar. It's a little thicker collar around the neck, and it holds shape really well. Like some t-shirts after a while, so I don't know if you can see it on stream or not, but these are super nice shirts. Y'all did awesome with this, Mac.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And thank you to the producer. Also, Dizzy said something really important here, Hack.
I need to give you guys, Misha. Oh, yes, we do. We may have pulled a rookie move and left there with only the short barrel sample. We did not bring it got wild. It got wild at the end. We did the podcast. So
yeah, John. So I will say, So this is a large. Sometimes I'm like right between a large and extra large, depending on how much I eat the week before. But I will say like the large is fine for me, and sometimes I go XL. So if you're kind of in between, I'd buy like one size smaller. So
Yeah, I'm wearing a large, and I usually wear an XL. So,
Yep.
but I like my shirts real loose fitting. I'm not a tight fitting shirt dude.
You don't want to show the abs to everyone.
I don't want to flex on everybody. No.
Oh yeah, Carol and Oak. Yeah, hope you like it. So anyway, I'm excited. I know we got guests, important guests in the back, but
We do.
This is a day that's been coming. I'm excited to have the merch start up. So
yeah, we're so excited to have it up there, and we appreciate everybody that supported us this long and hung out and waited for the merch. The merch is no longer merching; it is a real thing. So,
yeah, crazy.
But we're also open. Like if you guys want things added, let us know. We can definitely get the official Mac thong up there.
What the hell?
But hey, we should not keep our guests waiting any longer, should we? Or should we? Because I only see one of them back there. Let me see if he's having some internet issues. Oh, yeah, we have one of them that's Dan is having internet issues, but we can have Bobby. You want to start with Bobby? And
we'll start, and then we can pull Dan up when he comes up.
Yep. Okay. Let's get Bobby up here.
Welcome in,
Bobby. What's happening?
Hey, man. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, this is Bobby McClellan. Bobby, I think the right terminology is co-founder of the Mississippi Sippers, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. You tell the folks who you are, Bobby.
Well, there's not really a co-founder to our group. It was about 4 or 5 of us started hanging out together, and then we'd meet. We kind of knew other people. There's about 12 of us now,
awesome.
And we just kind of all get together. And we always joke. Only I think one time have all of us been in the same place at the same time, and most of us, all but one of us, live within 20-30 minutes of each other.
That's awesome.
And Chance is the furthest away. He lives probably an hour from Matt, 2 hours from us. So, but yeah, it's not really I would say there's a co-founder. It's just me, Chris, Dan, Aaron, and big poor Matt. We all sitting on the back porch, and it was a bright idea that we had. I don't know if you call it bright, but we just were hanging out, and the only reason the name is what it is because we made a Facebook Messenger chat group, and that's what we made the name of the chat group.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I am.
So that's how we put it together.
And there's Dan. Dan's joined us. Dan, welcome in. Dan, no problem if you have any internet problems. No problem. Mac has those regularly. Only when we're on really big streams.
Let's change to be working now. Can y'all hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
We got you, Dan. We got you. So Dan Klein's joining us, guys. Dan, do you mind just telling a little bit about yourself? Bobby just kind of gave us a little bit about the sippers. Tell us a little bit about what you do and just give us a spiel, Dan.
Well, spiel, I retired 2 years ago from Corps of Engineers. I served as the chief of staff there and also as a human capital officer. So 39 years was enough time. So decided to get into some other things. We've got a Klein Farms out in Edwards, Mississippi. We have about 800 pecan trees, a shitload, I guess. We do it by linear feet of blueberry bushes, things like that. So got my dad in a hobby many years ago. We had all these blueberries, and he had retired. So I ended up going to South Carolina and met a guy that owned a store that sold a lot of wine equipment and things like that nature. So I got him in the habit, bought all this equipment for him for Father's Day one year, probably about 7-8 years ago, to make blueberry wine as kind of a hobby, that type of thing. And so it kind of grew from there, from making, turn into a winery, doing blueberry wine. We've done some strawberry wine and some things for some other distilleries. The blueberry wine's kind of consistent with Matt over at Crittenden's Distillery. So between that and having access to the pecan wood, obviously cherry wood and some other things, the other wood we get from other sawmills and South Carolina or Dahlonega, Georgia, like the black cherry, things like that. But no, so I've taken this on, and Bobby and I talked about this many years ago. We do this because it's fun. We're passionate about it, kind of like you guys. We've been offered from other folks about doing this and getting a cut of this, getting a cut of that, and working for these people. And Bobby said it best, once you start getting paid and it becomes work, it's no longer fun.
No more fun.
So
That's
now, it's certainly more than a hobby, I would think, because it does take up a lot of time, but we're passionate about it. It's fun. And Matt, as well as some other distilleries, give us a lot of leeway and let us do and try some things that others would probably not want to do. So that's kind of the gist with me, and got involved with Bobby and the rest of the sippers early on. And that's what we do. We like, not really a bourbon group too. And I don't know if Bobby talked about that because I was having some internet issues, but not really a bourbon group as far as doing picks. We've certainly done probably well over 100 picks at various distilleries, but we're more passionate about and involved in, the culture, the fellowship, and actually finishing whiskey, which is kind of a big thing. Because we started this about, Bobby, 6 years ago, maybe. And now you're seeing
into 2019, 2020.
Yeah, right before COVID. And now you're seeing, every time I get online, I see another distillery coming out with a stave finish or a prime barrel type of a finish. And I'm talking the big boys that never did this before. And so it's fun and it's interesting. That's what we like to do. So, but that's kind of the down and dirty.
And like, Hack, I was just going to say, like, and to Dan and Bobby, that you're not, for people here, pick group, you're a bit more than that, right? You're I don't see a lot of pick groups doing their own stave finishes.
It started out that way, but then as we got to know Matt pretty well, and he kind of we experimented. The very first experiment was the toasted pecan, and then we kept talking to him about things, and then from there we do another single one-off experiment. It would go real well to the point where now it's all of it. We get together with Matt and it's like, okay, we're planning out 2027 right now. I mean, y'all got to put staves in the first release for 2027 of the Cryptic Series. Somebody was talking about their Wampus Cat. You'll never get another Wampus Cat.
Oh,
because the Cryptids we do one time. But
I'm gonna have to slow down. I'm gonna have to slow down on.
But we took the Wampus Cat iteration and we double oaked it. So we got a double oak version of that coming.
Oh, cool.
But it won't be a Wampus Cat. It'd be something different because instead of using standard rye barrels, we're using no, that was actually not going to be the double oak. We're sticking it in 8-year-old barrels. We're making an 8-year-old iteration of it. Using all 8-year-old juice on that one.
Can we do this, Bobby? Because I think Mac and I both have this bottle right now, and this has a special meaning for us, and probably where we want to start with y'all. Mac, I'd like you. Do you mind telling them a little bit about like your story with Crittenden's a little bit?
Yeah. So Crittenden's, I would say, was I was telling y'all when I was down there doing the pick, was so cool because I think Crittenden's was my first craft distillery. As I started to get into new whiskey, and I remember a couple years ago saw on maybe just under, but saw Bruzel's video of Crittenden's and was like, I've got to try some of this. So I got the bottle and bond, which is so cool that I think Matt and the Crittenden's team didn't source, right, Bobby? Like I think their first product was their own bottle and bond.
And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people, what they end up doing is they'll distill vodka and gin. They're distilling whiskey. They're letting the whiskey age, and then they'll source some whiskey so they get the labels out. What Matt did was he made that the kiln shine, which was a corn. It's just straight corn whiskey, but he made it. It was an unaged kiln shine for bars, and then he had some that was barrel aged for bars, while his bourbons and his ryes were aging.
Yeah.
So he doesn't release anything out of that building of a bourbon unless it's 4 years old or older.
That's awesome.
And his ryes are 2, 4, 6 on up. He was talking about, I think he's going to go ahead and discontinue the 2-year rye, go straight 4 year or older.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And then Hack, we got this in Spillway. When we
this first time we met.
Yeah.
This first time we met 2 years ago, Mac and I got introduced to the Crittenden's brand. Matt was in the Spillway store pouring up samples, got to meet Matt. and got to try this, and I fell in love with this.
That's right. We released
Toasted
that.
pecan.
We released that one at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this thing, I
The
mean,
previous two were released at the store. One of them was a single barrel
Yeah.
pick version.
See if we can get
Oh,
down.
hey,
back
Chad.
up here.
What'd you do? Move to your computer, man?
I had to move to the other end of the house. I'm having a problem with that router on that end of the house. So I apologize. There's no bourbon.
No worries.
So,
oh, you're
well,
good.
other than what I brought in here.
Dan, you fit in perfectly here because our shows are pretty much a shit show every Sunday. So
Well, I didn't
you
think
worry
it was
about
that bad, but okay.
now this toasted pecan for me, it was my entry into the Crittenden's world. It's the first ever bottle I got, and I looked on there and I was like, the Mississippi Sippers. And then you turn on the back and you read the story. And Dan, since you're back, would you tell the story about the pecan tree? I think it's such a cool story.
Well, it started when we were talking about doing some finishing there with Matt. And I think it was me, Bobby, Chris, a couple other the sippers there. And just kind of said, we ought to do something kind of unique, something different. And somebody had said, well, it'd be kind of cool if we knew somebody that has some pecan trees. So wait a minute, I got about 800 of them at the farm. So that's how that kind of started off. It was just a matter of, having the availability. And I know we've talked about this before, Hack, that, one of the things we do with staves, and it's like, well, you have International Stave Company. You've got a lot of big boys out there that supply like Maker's Mark and some other places. But our kind of claim to fame, if you will, is all the wood we use, whether it comes directly from the farm or it comes from a sourced area. Normally, either Bobby gets it or I will get it, and I will travel to the sawmill, watch it get cut, center cut, know that it's all organic. The trees haven't, like our pecan trees, never been sprayed. Everything's organic about them. Same thing with blueberries. We don't do anything winemaking unless it's organic to begin with. So that's how that kind of mindset started. So when those staves go in, they're organic. They've been air dried, never kiln dried. Stay away from that. A lot of the big boys kiln dry. That's what you do with furniture.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. I was going to say, I asked you about spirals at the distillery, and you're like, that's what you do with furniture.
Yeah, that'd be a good table leg or something. Yeah.
Well, and they make those spires because you can put four of those spires in, and it's like putting in 12 staves. But in the end, those spires come out of that barrel in pieces.
Yeah.
And so
very thin, very fragile.
Yeah. I mean, Matt's had some before and we played with them, and if you drop them, they explode. They're awful.
You all saw and got to actually, when y'all were down there for the pick, got to help us out with one of our future Cryptic Series. And I think we used, it's the, I guess I can tell folks, it's a toasted maple pecan, double oak toasted maple pecan. So we had actually put the maple, and y'all helped us with that, staves, and the the pecan staves in. So you can see the difference between the spiral type things and the staves we use, because we hand cut every one of them. They're all hand cut. They're all drilled for additional surface area. They're thick. They're not falling apart. They're toasted. And then, of course, they're charred. And we talked about that a little bit in the tour, which I think you guys are going to be posting up on Hack Mack shortly. And people can kind of hear. And that's the other thing with the sippers, too. We're very transparent. We don't try to hide things. We tell people pretty much about 90% of how we do some things. There are some things that we don't like to divulge for a lot of different reasons, kind of proprietary on how we make some things happen. So, there's a clear. There you go.
Yeah.
See, look at that, Hack. I can use technology. So
How long did it take y'all to get that washed off your hands?
I think I think one of the really cool things that I learned about the staves is just there's more to it than the process. And I don't know if I'm dropping in the maple or pecan there, but I had it in my head when I first heard about this barrel. I thought, maybe they're using a maple syrup barrel, or because we've been to Good Times, right? We've been to Cox Creek where they do some crazy things, but then I realized they've got maple wood, they've got pecan wood. But that was my first kind of close-up experience seeing how the stave finishing works, and it is an art, and
we do have maple syrup barrels at the distillery.
Oh, I bet you do.
Oh, they're down there. There's some maple syrup barrels and maple barrels that have maple to them. Some of the slats are maple, but for the most part, it's we tend to try to use either a wine barrel or another spirits barrel or the staving. Like we just placed orders for barrels to come from. We got them coming from Mexico, France, Italy, Spain.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, the guys that were hanging out with us the other day. It's like, man, have you ever thought about doing this? And I was like, yeah, we got those barrels coming. And the guy, he just looked at me and was just smiled. He goes, I want dibs.
I think Brad said it's perfect here, guys. Big thank you to Dan, Bobby, and the Sippers and Matt for having us at Crittenden's and treating us like family.
Yeah.
During our time there, I had such a great time. We'll be forever grateful to you guys. So Brad is a guy that has been to Crittenden so many times, such a huge fan. There wasn't anybody else I wanted to have on that pick than Brad, because I knew what it would mean to him, because we've had these whiskey dreams kind of come true as we've started doing the channel, which people, I don't know why, we've just some really fortunate to live out some whiskey dreams. And it really meant a lot to me to bring Brad along, because this was like a huge dream for him to hang out with you guys, to meet Matt, to do the pick. I just tell y'all right now, like I'm assuming y'all probably treat everybody like that, but the hospitality was amazing.
Yeah.
And it really did mean the world to us, guys. Like what y'all did. Like I just left there just feeling like it was one of the best whiskey experiences I've ever had. Really.
Well, appreciate
that. Yeah, absolutely. And that
makes Matt feel good too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're there, like we tell people, there's no part of that business other than we do that blending. Everything we do is to help that business. That's his business, his family business. So we do everything to move his business forward more.
Yeah.
He went from a bourbon and a rye and a double oak distillery to, I mean, you saw the glass case.
Yeah.
You look in that glass case and, you saw what's on my wall, all these bottles, and that's not all of them. Every one of those we had something to do with. There's bottles out there that other people have gotten that most people don't realize were bottles we had something to do with. And as we started doing more and more, now Matt pushes to put our name somewhere on that bottle, either hidden in the front, hidden in the back, somewhere.
Yeah.
So y'all are drinking that toasted pecan, and I showed it to y'all. Y'all have never had that one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Bobby. We're gonna put you big screen. Hold on. What do you got there, Bobby?
That's the original toasted pecan.
Yes, indeed.
It was a 4-year bourbon. That was the first one we ever did. It sold out so quick, and Matt's phone kept ringing from all over the state complaining because they couldn't get it because we did it to one store. It was just a fluke that we did that one, that we came out with the second one, which has the white around it, to now that you've got the third iteration. It takes us about 14 months to make one, because it starts with a first finishing before we start doing the staving process.
In the sherry, are they all in sherry and then with the stave?
Every one of them is 4-year bourbon. Then it hits a sherry barrel. Now it hits a sherry barrel for at least a year before we start staving it.
Well, I know this one has,
because we've done these. Yeah. These are toasted pecan. The hazmat we did was toasted pecan, and the 250th anniversary bottle is a double oak toasted pecan.
Oh yeah. And Hack, do you have the 250th Hack? I don't know, and how we want to.
I don't, but if you want to do that one, well, I'm going to do a crack of one while you do that one, of one that I picked up at the distillery that I really
nice.
I got to try it out in the.
Okay.
We'll go different ways here, and you guys welcome to sample whatever you want. But I've got the rum the bourbon finished in a rum barrel, because I want to talk about this rum company, because I damn near got Bobby to take me over to Circle Hook.
Yeah, we can get you that one.
Yep.
Well,
our rum barrels are exclusive.
Here, Mac, I'll put you up big so you can talk about the 250. Talk about the 250, Matt.
Which I love. They got the monument on there, which is just about a 45-minute walk from where I'm at right now. But so that's cool.
If we'd have known that, we wouldn't have done it.
hey, you know what? I agree. I don't disagree with you. But yeah. Anyway, this is awesome. So this is this is the bourbon finished with pecan wood stave. So this doesn't have the sherry impact, Dan, Bobby. What is that? Or
No, that was just a double oak.
just double oaked. Okay, gotcha. Well, cool.
That was originally intended to be a Cryptid Series.
Okay, cool.
And we decided not to do it. Matt was like, I want to do something special for the 250. And me and Dan were sitting there in the back of our heads. Me, Dan, and Aaron got kind of a mental inventory of what's down there and where it's at. And we knew we had those 4 barrels that we were slated for a Cryptid. So we opted to do that because Matt's kind of known for the toasted pecan versions now. So that's the ideal thing to do for that.
Yeah, what we wanted to do with that too, just so everyone's astute of the process. I hate to give a percentage on it because I didn't do a breakdown, but everyone and their brother put out a 250th anniversary, rightfully.
Yeah,
but if you really look into it, most distilleries, I'll use the word most instead of giving a percentage. Most distilleries made a cute label and threw it on something they already make. That's just a fact. And I won't name them, but what we wanted to do with this,
Maker's Mark.
Evan Williams.
I'll name names, Dan. Don't you worry.
But we wanted to do something special for 250th anniversary. So we said, Matt's top 2 selling items of all time is double oaks and anything toasted pecan. So we said, why don't we do a double oak toasted pecan? So that's how this came about. And like Bobby said, we were looking at it to be a cryptid. And we said, well, that's kind of special for 250th anniversary. It's not just a slap and a cool label on it. Gives people a little something different. So that's how that came up.
Oh man, this thing is the viscosity on this is, it is thick. It is just like when we talked about this when we were at the distillery where, if you hear things like pecan or cherry, you're not throwing it in a barrel that had maraschino cherries in it. No. Right? Like you're using the actual wood, like which mostly from like your farm, right, Dan?
Yeah, about 80% of it comes from the farm. Like black cherry is very difficult. I'm actually working on a little top secret information here. I'm actually working on obtaining some mulberry wood. Which I'm not aware of any distillery anywhere in the world that's ever done a mulberry.
Well, we know one.
Oh, do you? Well,
we do, but it's new. It's newer.
Yeah, we had some friends just go to 13th Colony over in Georgia.
13th Colonies did one.
Yeah,
okay. Did they tell you the process that they used?
We had friends that were there that probably got into it. We were not there. It was with our friends. Yeah, they're coming to see you guys. 21090. They'll be there in a couple months. So.
Okay. Yeah,
please say it when it's cooler.
Curious of the process they used. Do they use fruit? Like you talked about, putting cherries in. You start putting fruit in with the whiskey in the barrel, aside from priming the barrel, dumping it, and then things like that. You're really getting into flavored whiskey at that point. You're not getting into bourbon anymore. And we don't do flavored whiskey, never have. So
same with that. The reason, like you see other stuff that's pecan finished, it's always kind of on the harsh side, kind of on the bitter side. That's because they're using the nut instead of the wood. And the wood you have to do a certain way. Walnut is one of the hardest ones to do, black walnut, because it has to be absolutely dry, 0 moisture content before you ever start with it. And that takes forever. So when we do black walnut, it takes us forever. When we get the piece, it'll already be air dried forever, but then we're sitting there, we cut it up and we have to still let it sit for sometimes a month. I think the very first run came out of my building, and it was we cut it and we still waited a month before we ever did anything. We took some and we took it to Matt's, left it down there in the rick house for months, and then brought it back before we even started messing with it to make sure it was 0 moisture content.
Wow. Well, Dan, and I remember you said it was a good thing too that I probably shouldn't be toasting staves in my DC apartment.
Yeah, you can. Got good insurance.
Right? You said that.
Yeah, and that's one of our kind of secret methods of how we actually and people get confused between toasting and charring. So toasting is and I think we talked about it. I don't know if it was with y'all's group or with Ryan Brown's group, who, by the way, I'm wearing one of the shirts that his wife has a company that makes shirts. So I'm going to give him a little shout out.
Nice.
Let me see if you can see the back. Hold on. Got the name on his sleeve.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, first time wore it. So his wife did those. So big shout out to Ryan for getting those for the appreciate
Bobby,
that.
I hope you know this guy. Big Boy Brown said you heard that the nut was your favorite, Bobby.
Yeah, what it is then, I guess.
Here we go. But yeah,
get off the rails real quick. Hey, don't make us get out there and get everybody slamming him too.
Yeah, but go back to your question, Mac, as far as the proprietary way that we do that. And I'll just say this. Yeah, you don't want to, you can Google toasted wood. You're going to come up with charts that's going to show you different temperatures, different ranges to get different profiles, whether it's be additional oak, whether it be almond flavor, whether it be more vanilla, etc., caramel. You Google it real quick, you'll see it. The problem it doesn't tell you, it just kind of pertains to oak. Now, when you realize that depending on what type of wood you're using, that's different what we call flash points, meaning the temperature and time that it's going to take to ignite that. And of course, common sense tells you the drier the wood is, like in the black walnut, the quicker it's going to catch fire. So yeah, for all of you guys want to go out there and try to replicate, do not under any circumstances, please don't use your oven in the house. You can go on and Google that too, of all the house fires that people try to put the wood in. And I can tell you as a general guideline, I usually toast for about 3 hours. Normally around 350 degrees. That tends to be the sweet spot on most of the woods. Not all the woods the same. That's all I'll say about that. But you got to be real careful. And we talked about, I think it was on the 21st or the 14th, one of the tours, how the big boys do it. The Jack Daniels and, Four Roses, etc. And, they're toasting the barrel, right? We're talking about staves. When you're talking about the barrel, they're putting it over a big igniter and it blows up and it's actually getting toasted for seconds or minutes. So that's the difference. Wow. And we're doing it for hours because like I said, you simply Google it and you'll see the different hours will give you different flavor profile.
When they're doing the barrel,
we're trying to get. Say again.
When they're doing the barrel's already dry. It's a put together barrel. They put the bands on it.
Yep.
They just throw it over it for that few seconds, pop the head in it, put the last two bands on it, and they send it down the line to get filled.
Yep.
Whereas we're having to do it over a period of, sometimes we have to plan out a month in advance, 2 months in advance.
Yep.
So what y'all put in, that was being planned out 2 months ago.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna answer something real quick, Tim. And guys, if y'all have some questions for Bobby and Dan, please fire them at us and let us ask them. And but Tim wants to know, what are the best online sources for those who cannot get to the distillery?
Online,
that they have
Matt Bourbon Outfitters.
Bourbon Outfitters. I've bought a couple on there. I got my blueberry from Bourbon Outfitters. Shared Pour, who our picks will be on. They're starting to do some stuff with Crittendens as well. So look for that. And our picks will drop, I hope in a few weeks, guys. So hang on tight, Tim. There'll be some there, but Bourbon Outfitter is a great place that typically has some Crittendens. Anywhere else?
Longhorn, whatever. I can't.
Longhorn. Okay, I
know it's another online one, but a lot of times it's where group picks go to.
Yeah.
But I know when we were there Friday, the freight truck showed up and picked up 2 full pallets.
Yeah.
To go to that online retail. I think it may have been Brandon's picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
other stuff.
We also should say brutally honest too.
Which brutally honest. He's got 2 pallets going to his online right now.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I want to say Brandon has his own website too, I believe, guys. So
yeah.
And Brandon's another. He does Instagram, YouTube, Brutally Honest Bourbon. Check him out. It's BREW, Brutally Honest Bourbon. And Brandon does a ton of picks down there with Crittendens. Has a great palate, great dude. So check Brandon out too. So those are. I know that Jason with Mash and Drum, they just dropped some Crittendens pick. Did all those sell through, Matt? Do you know?
I think the last I checked Friday, there was maybe still some of that rye there.
Okay.
But so check Shared Pour. and Jason, because I know Jason just dropped his. So yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully those are some spots you can find some good
A
Crittendens
lot of
at.
the groups, unless a lot of times we're not there unless we're requested. Like, y'all asked us to come down. The guy, Ryan asked, hey, can y'all come down? We've had, we've come down with Brandon for some. We were there for TJ's first ever.
Yeah.
We got TJ down there. We'll come down for some of us. Listen, most all of us, other than Dan, kind of. And at the time, Dan was still working when we started doing this, so we scheduled days off.
Yeah,
to get down there.
Well, I'll tell you this, Bobby. So I met Dan at Spillway this year, and we ended up having like a 45-minute conversation standing in the store, just talking whiskey, and I could not have pictured coming to Crittenden's without you guys. Like I just couldn't,
fun place.
Yeah, it's just I have such a high amount of respect for what y'all do, and Dan, y'all did not disappoint at all. But
yeah, I think your picture actually getting bottled Tuesday. That's what's planned right now.
If I remember right.
Yeah,
okay.
Labels are still in final review. Matt's got to approve those, and keep our fingers crossed on that.
Your barrels were in the plant out of the rick house Friday when we were there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yours were pooled Thursday. We saw them Friday.
Yeah.
So
one tip we learned is that when you've had a whole bunch of pours and you've helped the sippers go through 8 different barrels before you ever get to your barrel picks, make sure you sign your barrels.
Yeah,
or at least take a picture of them. But
we had a long conversation with Matt about that, and we're actually going to write the procedures for it. We're going to have it where it's documented and color coded.
I love that we made procedures happen, Mac.
It wasn't even just that. There was a group out of there was people out of Oklahoma there while y'all were there. And when they did their pick and they were going back down there to sign the barrel, and Mr. Jimmy, God love him, when he does stuff in the rick house, he moves the shit.
Oh, God.
We'll be there today and tomorrow it'll be gone. So they were trying to find the barrel so they could sign it, and it done gone from the floor up to the top.
Oh God!
So they all had to climb up the ladders to get up there to sign their barrel.
Yeah. Well, so doing some SOPs. In fact, I sent a rough draft to Matt this morning on the barrel picking SOP. We're going to do one barrel picking. We're going to do one for the tasting room. We're going to do one for the boutique. And since I used to write a lot of policy back in the day, I drafted up something that he can work from and basically how we do the whole thing. So thanks, guys. You screwed it up bad enough that we got that Matt said, I need a SOP on how we're going to do barrel picks because these guys pick barrels and they didn't mark them.
We wanted to be called the Hack Mack rule.
I love it, man.
It went so wild while y'all were there. We turned around and all we heard was Matt say, I'm out. And he was gone. He left us in the distillery.
When you show up at the distillery at 10 a.m. and you're pulling out sometime after 4, I think it was 4. I lost track of time.
You were a slacker.
It was around 5. That's when
sorry.
When Matt came up and was like, hey, let's go. It's time to leave. And he left. We ended up locking the door. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we closed her down.
Yeah, we get there when people are coming or when there's a special release or something. We usually get there 2 hours before anybody else does and start moving stuff around, for the tours and what we're going to, kind of show people and talk about and kind of get a game plan. So we get there early and we're not out of there till 6 o'clock.
Well, Hack, I know. So I've got a million samples here. I do want to talk about our picks at some point. I know you haven't even talked about what you just poured.
Just a quick one. This is an 8-year rye, which kind of segues into one of the picks we did.
Yeah.
And I would like you to talk about that, Mac. But this is a single barrel rye finished in a rum cask. And the rum company is Circle Hook Rum, who is not too far from you guys. Just real quick, guys, tell us a little bit about this bottle and Circle Hook a little bit.
Well, Eli is when we met. We've seen it, the bottles around, and we finally got a chance. We were down there. I got his cell phone number. We called and went and met him. Eli, his spirits background is Napa Valley wine,
Nice.
and in his professional background, which we all thought it was, everybody said he was a fisherman in Alaska. So we were thinking, he's a charter fisherman. You go up there, you rent his boat, you go fishing. We were talking to him. It's like, wow, how much is it? No, he was a commercial salmon fisherman. He had multi-million-dollar boats. He had crews of 20, 30 people per boat, and he had multiple boats. He was a fisherman.
Yeah, you
And,
like. Let me jump in here.
Oh, it was nuts. I'm gonna go grab one of the bottles so people can see what it looks like.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Thanks, Bobby.
So on the way there, we've been planning on this trip to Alaska anyway, and Matt's telling us, he's fisherman in Alaska. I'm like, well, hell, meet somebody I know. We'll just charter a boat from him. I'll be good. So we get there and we're talking, and I said, it's Eli Underhill's his name. I said, Eli, so this fishing deal you got going on in Alaska, like, what's a good year for you? Is like how many fish you catch poundage. He says, if we don't catch over 1 million pounds, it's a bad year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
1 million pounds? I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm booking you today. And then we realize, and you get into it. That's where you get the circle hook. It's a kind of hook for fishing. That's where you get circle hook run. That's where the name came from. But yeah, that's how we learned. He had this big, multi-million-dollar, like you see on the dangerous catch type thing.
Yeah, deadliest catch. Yeah,
so
deadliest catch.
I had to scratch that charter.
Oh God.
But that's how that came about. Go ahead, Bobby.
So he does his regular rums, and then he does bourbon barrel aging. And his bourbon barrel aged rums are exclusively Matt's. He gets them from Matt, that goes there. And the agreement is Matt gets them back, and it's vice versa. All the rum barrels in that distillery that are the small rum barrels, they're all coming out of Circle Hook. So this is this the first one or the second one? Let me see. Yeah. So the very first barrel we did.
I'm gonna put you up here, Bobby. They want to see how dark the rum is.
All right.
Put you up here big.
So that is a bourbon barrel aged rum.
My goodness.
So now my favorite rum out of his, yes, I do like that one, is this.
Oh, that one's getting low.
Hold on, Bobby.
This is a non, before it was ever publicly released. So this bottle's printed label is screen print. That was his test label.
What is that? Look at that.
That is his coconut rum.
I was about to say, like, what is it?
So, Eli's rum is 100% Mississippi heirloom sugarcane.
Whoa.
So the sugarcane is grown on the farms that are owned by Mississippi State.
Oh, cool.
So that's where he gets his rum. It's like Chris was saying, you see Chris, but there's anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Though the coconut rum, he uses raw coconut, toasted coconut, and coconut water for the distillation. And then he proofs it down with coconut. There's nothing in this but straight coconut. It literally drinks like a pina colada. And now it's clear. Mine was a test run, so it's still got the pulp in it like orange juice.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So when we were in Natchez at the end of July for the Natchez Food and Wine Fest, and Eli was there. And the week before that, he was in New Orleans for Tales of the Cocktail. Huge rum competitions. Rum distillers from Jamaica, Fiji, everywhere. He won all the awards. He beat everybody. And the bottle and the rum that he beat everybody with, he had 2 different bottles, and it was Matt's bourbon barrels.
Oh wow! Was that the one we? Did we try that, Bobby? Someone had? I forget if it was Word. Who was it that had the sample and they shared it with us?
Yeah, Word had a sample of it.
Okay,
it was killer. It was so good.
And a fun note is one of those 2 barrels is in a different distillery right now with somebody else's juice being bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, I can tell you just real quick notes. I mean, the rye, this is a 55% rye. So it's, like barely legal rye. And those are right in my wheelhouse. Like I love that mash bill that this is. And it's still very bourbon-esque, even though it's a rye. But the sweetness balanced with the spice, it is so perfect. Like this is the best rum finish whiskey I've had. It's fantastic. And that Circle Hook, the rum you gave us, my God, I did the neck back thing where it's like, oh, it was killer. It was killer.
Friday we pulled the barrels where we marked the barrels. Me, Aaron, and Matt went while Dan was working on some of the other stuff. We went and pulled the barrels for the first of the next year's cryptids. And you were talking about that rum. and everybody's talking about Wampus Cat. It's going in I just remember it's not a double oak. Off the top of my head, I had to think about it. It's what Matt likes to call his double rye. So you take his standard bourbon mash bill and you double the rye content.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
And that's what we're putting the black cherry in this time. It's going to be 6 barrels worth. So that'll be going Mississippi, Louisiana, and anywhere in Texas and online. It'll be a full production run.
Yeah. Correction on that. That won't be black cherry. That'll be the 15-year-old cherry wood that we pulled out.
Okay.
So
That's going to be a fun one.
yeah,
The wood alone smells great, but we're putting it in double rise.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Matt, what'd you pour up next over there?
So, and by the way, who sent us all these Crittenden samples? So
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle sent us some and Brad sent us some, both. The white label ones are from Brad. The kind of tan label ones are from Kyle.
So I've got this 7-year sample of the rye single barrel. It's 121 proof. I wish I had I can't wait to get hands on our rye that we picked there, which I think that was 8-year that we ended up getting. And Bobby, so
you're getting the first 8-year rye.
Wow.
I don't are you sure we're the first?
8 year
as a single barrel outside of a distillery bottle.
That's awesome. Well,
that's pretty cool
because people are scared of rye.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that because I think we got our short barrel, which I don't even know we'll get out of, and I want everyone to try it. But that the short barrel is going to be fast, and then the bourbon we picked incredible. But this rye, I think, because like you said, people are a little scared of rye, and I get it. But the 55% mash bill, and then what happens down there with what Matt and you guys do, this single barrel that we had, the 7-year I'm tasting right now, kind of feels a little bit like it's reminded me of it, except I guess another year down there does a lot to a barrel. But with the wonderful thing about that 55% mash bill and the rye that I get with this Crittendens that I loved in our pick hack is that it was like burnt orange, like it had like a fruity kind of candy thing. It wasn't like dill. It wasn't like too minty. It has anyway. This thing is special.
The fun thing about Matt's Rise, the 2-year is that minty. It is that Pikesville medicinal mint.
Yep.
Once it hits 4 years, it turns herbal.
Wow.
Which is what's so strange is it turns into a completely different bottle once it hits that 4-year mark.
Yeah.
When I first started messing with Matt, I couldn't drink the 2-year rye. Chris brought it over to me. I was like, man, it's just too much because I didn't like Pikesville. But after it opens up, I like it more. But when it hit the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 8-year ranges, it's wildly different. And then we've just started releasing those as double oak.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the Mississippi Heat, another year going from a 7-year rye to an 8-year rye. I feel like this is like the little brother. It's like
the difference that we try to tell people. We have it. Circle Hook has it. 7-3 out of New Orleans. They go through this. Distillery Acadian, JT Mellick, all these guys on the South. What they don't realize is whiskey stops aging. It's when the dead center of the barrel, the dead center of the liquid turns 60 degrees. It's no longer aging. It's just sitting there.
Yep.
Well, most all years, the dead center of that barrel never hits 60 degrees in Mississippi. Matt's barrels are aging 11 to almost continuous 12 months nonstop. So you go to Kentucky, yes, you go up there in the summer, it's hot as balls up there too. But it gets cold in the winter up there. They get good cold winters. So they actually have 5 to 6 months of cycle. So they heat cycle. So they go from a hot to a stop to a hot to a stop. Whereas down here, our version of heat cycle is 120 degrees at the bottom of the rick house, 150 degrees at the top. We rotate from top to bottom. So we will actually go and try barrels that are down low. And when we tell people, like when y'all were sitting there, we think this needs another heat cycle. we're never going to get cold. It's not going to heat cycle. We're going to stick it in the roof all the way at the top, because at the top of the rick house,
Right.
it's a lot hotter than it is at the bottom. It never stops. Like when we were down there last week, it was cool for when y'all were down there. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Did you hear that, Mac? It was cool.
That was cool.
Wait. That was cool.
Hey, you need to talk to Ryan. They lost about 10 pounds. It was awful last week.
Well, I wish I did, but I ate too much in New Orleans. So anyway,
There,
Yeah,
Mac,
the
there
heat
is
cycle-
something.
The heat cycles and the aging is what it is. So for every 1 year in Kentucky, you're 2 to 3 years in the Mississippi.
yeah.
Same
Take
thing.
into account the humidity, and the humidity tends to stay lower in the rick house. So you can play with both the heat and the humidity in order to get that. But hey, guys, I had to take a break a minute because I had to get Bobby's. So we talked about the Circle Hook coconut rum, right? Which
Right.
Eli Underhill at Circle Hook, best coconut rum money can buy, period. Now that surpassed Bobby's original coconut rum favorite, which I found. He left it here.
Oh, you got no, that was Justin's. He specifically asked for that, but he wants the original bottles. Y'all ain't ever seen that?
Which
What does that say? What I think it does?
Yes, it does. And guess what the
Dear
original
Lord.
bottles looked like?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that,
But
you
they
can
went out of
only
business,
buy that in the Caribbean, and actually they're out of business now.
and it was some really good rum.
Hey,
Are
you're
you proud of me? I'm not
outstanding.
going to
That's
repeat
it
what the
is.
name of that bottle
Yeah,
is. I'm just going to be nice.
That was Justin's the one that turned us on to that. He goes, "You guys, if you can find it, I want one of these so bad, but I want an original bottle." It's like, there's a good reason you're not getting the original bottle, because it was themed.
Yeah, all good, all good.
So
Yeah,
listen,
we
guys.
start
So something I
talking
want to ask you about, because we're sipping on this rye. We've got the
Yep.
8-year rye coming with our picks, which I think is great. I get a lot of almost like a Dr. Pepper prune juice thing.
So that was that was the name of his pick with
Oh,
Crittenden.
was it?
Yeah, the rye, Dr. Pepper rye. And I think
Yeah.
I was looking, I think it's sold out, but which is great. I'm so glad that he sold all those out, because I think it was a new distillery to a lot of folks. But Hack, I'm with you, man. There is that like dark,
Yeah.
sweet, sugary, almost like fruity thing happening.
Yeah. So, guys, is there now that the ryes are getting a little bit older that he's got from a finish standpoint? One of the things that I think a lot of us that are whiskey nerds like to say is that ryes take finishes better. Is this true when you're, deep South Mississippi? You've got more age on it. You've got, this is a lower rye mash bill than a higher rye mash bill. Is there something there when it comes to Crittenden's? And how do you feel about finishing when it comes to bourbons or ryes?
When we're thinking about finishing, and Dan will back me up on this, and I know Aaron would, because he has to go through this a lot with us. We'll go through and sound like y'all got to go through with those 8 barrels to do the 6. We'll be going through barrels. It's like, we decide we want to do a rye, and we kind of we've already researched how we want to finish this. We'll go down there and sample the barrels, and then we'll take a barrel, write our name on it, put it off to the side, specifically for the reason of don't touch it, leave it alone. We like this one like it is, and then we'll try multiple other barrels, and we'll get comparable barrels that we like the flavor profile, and then we start figuring out then how we're going to finish it. It's not really that ryes take them better than bourbons, or bourbons take them better than ryes. They just give. We could take two barrels of bourbon, 2 barrels of rye, do the same staving process on both of them, and you'll have wildly different results between the two. And the other thing you run into is, so the 4 barrels that y'all helped with, when we go and resample those, all 4 of those barrels will be different.
Yeah.
So it's not that one does it better than the other one. They just tend to do it differently. It's what kind of flavor profile, like we'll be talking, we want something that's trying to make something that's kind of got that Christmas-esque feel. Okay. We may go with a rye over a bourbon just to get that little bit of rye spice.
Yeah.
But if we use a double oak rye, you're not going to get the rye spice. You're going to get more of a, almost a pine note.
Yeah.
Like some of the double oak ryes, they don't taste like rye. They taste like almost like a spice cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we pulled that rye there, and we tried a couple there, and they were great. But man, when we got on that 8-year barrel, it just like the hack when you're talking about when it hits you, like I think that was for me. I'm a rye person, but I think this one, and I can get into some funky ryes. This one though is a crowd pleaser rye that is like I love the Dr. Pepper. No, I don't want to steal that from Jason. I think this one has a bit. The one in my head, and I can't wait till we get it. I want it really bad. But
if I remember right, that's the one that when Word was doing one of his charity barrels.
Yeah,
You're right.
That was one of their picks, and they back and forth, and they swapped from one. They didn't take that one; they took the other one.
Yeah,
we knew it was good. It was already been picked once, but But when you get down to nuts and bolts, and you got a group of people picking, it's like when we do our barrel picks. You don't always pick the one that you like. You pick the one that the group that's going to be getting the bottles likes. Yeah. And Word, when that was over, Word was like, "Yeah, I really like that barrel."
We ended up. What we did is we got the 8-year rye. We got the 7.5-year bourbon that had your name on it, and we pulled a sherry finished, and the sherry finish was fantastic. It was great. We pulled all three of them. We did the PX.
It was PX, yeah.
And we took them up to the air conditioning because by this time we'd been in the heat for about 5 hours.
A little toasty.
I think Mac had tears in his eyes. That's why you went up.
I was trying to hide. I was trying to hide that, Dan.
They ain't never experienced humidity like that.
I don't know. Crazy shit.
I think every part of me had tears on me. Anyway,
we took those samples up to the little bar area, open area, and we blinded them. And we had all of us on the pick team, and it was unanimous. The 8-year rye was number one, like unanimous. There wasn't anyone that didn't have it number one. And then it came down: do we take the bourbon or do we not? And it ended up being there was. I think so. When we did them, we eliminated the sherry and we did them, and it was 4-3, and it was like 4 people wanted the rye and 3 people wanted the bourbon. And so for us, that's why we ended up with a bourbon rye and the shorty that we ended up with, because we just couldn't leave those behind. Right. And we were debating really hard too, because we're not a huge, like 140 or so paying members, but probably only 100 or so are going to buy bottles.
Yeah.
So for us, we've got more bottles than we do people. So we're going to need some help. We're going to need some help from folks.
And people who don't know what you mean by shorty is, this barrel only had you're talking a 52-gallon original barrel.
Yeah.
And there's only about a third of the barrel left.
Let's do it.
You see the sample that he's got that he just showed. We had to, when we stick the thief in the bunghole of that barrel. Ooh. And pulled out, it literally would only reach deep enough to pull that one sample.
All right.
Still a third of the barrel. Not even going to be 100 bottles, probably.
I know that.
So this one too, I love the fact
You're
that
muted.
It's got the barrel candy in it too. I don't know if y'all can.
Yeah, we throw that in. That's extra.
That's extra. I got billed for the barrel candy.
What do you think this proof? And I'm so glad to come to this now, as I haven't had a bunch of samples. We're medium way into Toasty tonight to try this, but what do you think the proof's going to come out to, Dan? If you had to, like, on these shorties, what are they typically like? Is it just?
Yeah, so that was what, the second or third row from the floor. I'd probably say around 115, 117.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay. I thought just because it's so viscous, I didn't know if that proof. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll know Tuesday once we pull it from the barrel and start bottling it. I'll get you all that information. That won't be a problem.
This hack, I can't wait.
Oh, geez. So, hey, Duran is a friend of ours, friend of the channel, friend of Max, mine. Oh. He came over to the house and I met him out in the garage because our house is a mess from the Eagle Project stuff. But he handed me a bottle he'd picked up for me, and I let him try a sample of this. We tried it out in the garage. Duran did the eyes closed for a long time, just like, oh my God, this This is so great. Like this is barrel number 28. This is a 2 mash bill barrel. It is a 78% corn, 22% rye. And this is back when y'all were just playing, wasn't it? Wasn't Matt just playing at that, just trying to kind of figure things out?
Yeah, that's definitely not his normal mash bill. And, it's like any other distillery. You want to try, we're trying to get him to do a Pennsylvania rye, which is like 98% rye. And we haven't got that far yet, but you always want to try sampling some things and trying out some different stuff. But I think that hit the mark.
My God.
And Hack, did you get it in the Glen? Can we get the look at that? I mean, it's just like,
let me get you up here. I'll get you up here.
Look at that. I mean, look at that. It's just and this is not finished. This is a single barrel.
Yep.
And if you think about, and I'm a big Jack Daniel's fan, you think about some of these Coy Hill bourbons that are going for secondary. What are they like? I know it's, and I'm not saying that's what this is, but it's just, if people aren't thinking of Crittendens and and you're chasing some of these unicorn bottles, this is like, try this stuff. Like, it is this thing. I have a lot of cool, great. I'm lucky to have a lot of these like hard to find bottles, but man, this thing is getting there on some of them, man.
It's extremely mouth coating. It's got all the sweetness you want. It's got, if it's 115, I'll be shocked. Like I thought it probably carries more proof than that, just because it's not overly proofy. It's just got a lot going on.
That's why it's like syrup. It's so viscous. It's just like,
Yeah,
anyway.
That was a good pick, and like you say, we'll see how many bottles we get.
I know.
I know. We might get 30.
Quick,
we might get 40.
I really hope people can try it from our group, but if not, the others are incredible too. So
one thing I wanted to ask you, Dan, while we got you, is you obviously, we've talked about you letting us help with.
I see you guys talking. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh,
but I can't hear you guys.
Can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Can't hear us at all. Test 1 2.
Can you hear us, Dan? Can you hear us?
Oh,
okay. Well, let's take maybe.
Let me see if
Dan, all right.
Move him and bring him back up and see.
Yeah.
Still no, Dan? Can't hear us?
No. Maybe you're gonna log off, Dan, and oh wait, audio stopped. Oh wait, audio stopped. Oh yeah, from Dan. All right. Okay. Can you all still hear us all right? Okay. People can hear us, Hack, but man, and we'll bring them back up here. So maybe like reset it there, Dan.
I think what they told me is that the double oak toasted maple pecan, I think I said that right, is that they're going to have that February next year.
Yeah. Well, Hack, how excited are you about these picks, man?
We're a little nervous.
It's our biggest drop. It's our biggest drop.
Yeah. I mean, I figure, okay, let's figure the short barrel has 40 best case. The 8-year rye, I want to say it has 100-ish, maybe 120 is what we think. And then the 7.5-year bourbon with the Mississippi's name on it, I think it's probably right around that 100. So we probably got about 240 bottles, which is the most we've ever dropped. So
yeah. Well, I'm excited, man. We don't. Hey, Dan.
Let's see if Dan can hear us. Dan? No?
Yeah, I still can't hear you guys.
Okay.
That's weird. I wonder on the I don't know how to fix it, Dan. We lost Bobby too. I don't know.
Well, StreamYard's been screwing up for everyone lately.
It has been. He may need to restart his. May have to leave all the way out and come back. I think that's what happens sometimes. But sorry about that, y'all. Sorry to the sippers too. That it's letting y'all down.
Well, and I think StreamYard's been tough on. I was tough on Hello Again Whiskey Friends this week. It's been anyway. I know people's been having some issues, but yeah, Dan and Bobby, let us know. Bring it back up when you get a second. But I'm just hey Janice, cheers.
Oh, it's too kind.
Oh man. That's way too good. I mean, we were treated with such hospitality from both, Matt and his team there, and
Okay.
the sippers.
We got Dan back, by the way. Sorry.
You good, Dan? You hear us?
Yeah, I just had to refresh. I don't know.
Okay.
Lost
How
audio.
they've been having some problems with StreamYard
Yeah.
lately. Sorry about that,
It's
Dan.
not on you, but
Okay.
Dan, I was just saying we're kind of just talking about how this is gonna be our biggest drop from a channel, and we're new, growing. I don't know if we're new anymore, but and yeah, but I'm so excited about these, and I want to get them into the hands of people that you can't find these on the shelf from around all the country, right, Dan?
You're not going to be able to find because a lot of the things. So here's what we're kind of doing. So let me take a step back and go back to that question, just to kind of piggyback what Bobby was saying. We talk about rye, and then we talk about bourbon and what we pick and what we choose. Like you say, Christmas, you're looking for those kind of notes and things that. But it goes beyond that, because you look at oolong tea. Do we want to put that in? Y'all got a chance to try that?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
Do we want to put it in a bourbon barrel, or do we fill it up with bourbon, or do we want to put rye? So that's first step. Second step is, okay, well, do we want a double oak rye or a double oak bourbon? So there's four choices. And what we try to do, as we explained on the tour, is Bobby and I and Aaron and any other sippers that are done at the time, we're not looking and saying, hey, let's go find a 6 years, a 5 years, a 7 years, 8 years. We're going to the section where rye, and as you know, there's some in both rick houses. So we're going back and forth. We may try a dozen different barrels to find out which one it is we like. In fact, there's a lot of times we'll pick something and it's just what we call a standalone barrel. And that one, we're not going to try to put any nuances to it, because we know that can sell out in an hour or two if we put it out there. But to go back to and I get questions all the time, emails all the time, especially some of the original bottlings that we did, whether it's the original OG pecan, the original blueberry, applewood, even some of the original cryptids, they're gone, unless somebody bought a couple backups, which usually Bobby and I and some of the sippers do. It's very, very unlikely to ever see them on a shelf anywhere, especially the single barrel stuff. And now what Matt's doing with any of the single barrel releases, like the oolong tea, for example, that's going to be a distillery only, so you're going to get probably 170, 180 bottles out of that. And they're going to sell out in a day, maybe two, at the distillery. So unless you're coming and, grabbing one, and a lot of times he'll do only one per customer type thing, they're hard to get. And that's why he does real successful with the Saturday releases, which we normally do Saturdays, where we'll release a barrel at the distillery and do that in conjunction with the tour. And they go. I mean, it's just, you're either there or you're not. I know a lot of folks have people mule them back and things like that. But and that's why when I told you guys, when you guys were kind of determined on that third barrel, it's like, that's probably not going to be here in a week or 2 weeks. Knowing we had different groups coming and picking, and it's like, it's your opportunity to get it. I get it, because I think it's gonna go fairly quick, and I think as more people in Texas and other parts of the country are exposed to Crittendens and see the value, and you guys have seen firsthand the tour and the process, that I call it basically no bullshit bourbon. I mean, it's it is what it is, and it's field to farm to field, table to glass, however you want to say it, but it's definitely the real deal. And if you haven't had it, then if you have any of those bottles left over, you need to let folks try them, because I think once they try them,
that's the thing,
they're buying. I mean, it's just that simple,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that is, and I think people are, as you get a lot more enthusiasts, and we talked a little bit about this, where it's like, people are worried about the bourbon boom's over or something, and I don't think it is. I think we're at the place where you've got a ton of enthusiasts that want new good things. They want to support great whiskey, and Matt, what he's doing over there is just, this stuff is stellar. So I think I'm excited.
I mean, you said something about that bourbon boom being open. It's not. We were talking about this on one. I don't know if it was on the podcast we had with you, or the one we did this last Friday. Somebody asked us. It's not.
Yeah.
What it is it's not a bust. Anybody who is in business, all of us do something else on the side. If you're in business, this is not a boom or a bust. There was a boom. This isn't a bust.
Yeah.
Right sizing. So all these people who hopped on the bandwagon because they thought it was cool, that caused all your issues with secondary market, all these people that decided I'm going to get in the whiskey business, and they started just buying up barrels from people like MGP or whoever else, getting in this business, and they're all dying right now. And what it is it's not a bust. Those are people who should have never been in that realm at the time. They're all, I'm not drinking bourbon no more. I'm drinking something else. It's like, well, it's not a bust. It's a right size. What it's going to do is the people who are doing it right are going to continue producing. The people who are true enthusiasts, like y'all are, like we are, like all the people that follow what we're doing, those are enthusiasts. It ain't a boom or a bust.
Yeah.
They're not buying. We always call it, you look at the walls behind you, you look at behind me, if you saw Dan's, you look at those walls. Most of them bottles are half empty, open, pop, whatever. My most expensive bottles are gone. I mean, I had McClellan Space and Odyssey up there, and we killed it.
So we had a question from the chat. I want to get in here, and it may be better for Matt, but you guys probably, are probably in the know too, with the popularity of Crittenden's growing, and we just talked about the bourbon boom dying or not dying. Are there any expansion plans going on that Matt's looking at, or is Matt happy where he is with the output? What do you guys think?
We've been talking to him on some part of it, and it's not an expansion. The plan is hopefully next year, possibly Rickhouse 1 is going to get added onto. And it's not necessarily for an expansion. When you walked into Rickhouse 1, there'll be another roll-up door at the other end of it. All the barrels that we're messing with will be in the add-on section and out of the regular ricking. That keeps people from trying them, messing with them, keeps them segregated to where we're not having to hunt for them. So like when you went down there and you went into Rickhouse 1, if you remember, there was some stuff on the floor down low off in the end corner. Those are all the barrels that we're messing with. And when you went into Rickhouse 2, everything down the middle and everything off to the right-hand side that wasn't all the way up to the ceiling, that was all us. All of those barrels are sipper barrels. Those are for the finishing, the blending, and like I said, we've got other ones ordered. Matt's thought process that he's talked to us about is adding on to the back of Rickhouse 1, moving the finishing that we're doing into that section of the Rickhouse, segregating it from everything else to keep a little better control over where it's at. But outside of that, expansion, no. Why?
Let me add on to that as far as expansion. So, and I don't know if expansion is the right word. Now's not the time.
I need to get one of these.
Now's not the time for. I would recommend any distillery expanding. You just look at everyone's cutting back right now. It's a correction, right sizing, whatever you want to call it. But as far as Matt's concerned, this is a conversation we had with him last Friday. In addition to what Bobby's saying, and again, I don't know if expansion is the right word. We've done a lot of things as sippers, as single barrels, as we've talked about. You can't find them anymore, right? Because there's one barrel of it. And we're still doing some of that. Espresso blend, the oolong tea that's coming out. We have the blueberry white chocolate I know some people were talking about before. Those are single barrels. What Matt would like to do, and what we're doing, hence some of the Cryptic Series, and I think we've got 3 or 4 of them already in the works, which you guys helped us out with. He wants to do more small batches, like the there's blueberry white chocolate. We want to do more small batches, 6 to 8 barrels. So what does that do? One barrel at the distillery, you're either there or you're not. And for the people that get those 200 bottles, give or take, they're happy as hell. Everyone else, man, what the shit, right? So if you do 6 or 8, if you do 6 or 8 barrels and you do it as a cryptid or a small, like the 250th edition, right? We could have done those as single barrels and just release some time here and there. We did that so more people have an opportunity. We can get some to Texas. We can get some to Brutally Honest Bourbon and some of the other places that distribute for Matt. So that's when you talk about expanding. I think he's looking at expanding the customer base by making more small batches so that more people have an opportunity to try them, if that makes sense.
And that's why we talked about that possible expansion of that brick house, is to give us as the sippers a little more space to help him do that, to help him do those special finishes, those batch runs. Matt's a distiller. Like right now, he's got the distill down on the floor in pieces where he's cleaning it, servicing it.
He showed it to us.
Yeah, we got to see that.
He's doing a bunch of work on it. But when he's up and running, most people don't realize he distills 5 days a week. It's a 5-day-a-week operation. One man is doing that 5 days a week. He's pumping out more barrels in a day that some of your craft distilleries that are craft distilleries.
That's
That's
more than Bowman.
So he pumps out some juice.
You saw the amount of barrels already in the rick houses. So,
yeah. You laugh, but we say things, but like this one, the hazmat.
Yeah.
That was distilled during COVID.
That's awesome.
I think here's the thing that happens too for there are preconceived notions people have about Texas or about deep South Mississippi, or and people when they come there and they get to you guys are extremely hospitable, deep South, people expect that, but when you get into the nerdy side of it, and I got into the nerdy side of it, and it'll come on our video when it drops this next week, but got to talk to Matt as we're walking and talking. The guy is a savant. Like, he is as deeply intelligent as you'll ever see about how to make whiskey, and knows. And he was talking about reading different articles, and I just left there with the huge, not that I didn't think Matt was great before, but just a much larger appreciation for how intelligent and how into the science side of it he is. Like, he really knows his stuff. I mean, beyond like, and if there was any doubt, like, Matt is so impressive. Mac, I know you got to talk to him a little too.
And thank you, E. Golder, for that. I was lucky enough to try the Valentine's and blueberry white chocolate at a bottle share last night. Cannot wait for the Hack Mack picks to drop.
That Valentine's bottle
that went a little viral on our.
Well,
yeah, that was a pretty good short for us.
That was a joke. So we're in the rick house. We're 15, 20 barrels deep at that point. We see the barrel. It's me, Dan, and Justin. We're back there. We're like, hey, check it out. It's barrel 69. And we're all thinking to ourselves, with Josh and at Spillway, he always does weird things. Oh, this is be a hoot. This is going to be a Valentine. We forgot about the barrel. So Matt goes, he pulled it for 2 years. And Matt goes, we finally got it. Hey, Matt calls us and he goes, hey, what about barrel 69? I was like, well, let's release it at Valentine's. And Josh didn't put it in the store that time. And I was like, all right, well, cool. We're just going to do it as a special release at the distillery. It only had 100 bottles in it. It sold out in less than an hour.
I was so glad I got it right.
Me, Dan, and Aaron got there at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
They were wrapped around the building to get it. It was gone by 11 o'clock. And it was an absolute hoot. And it's a good bottle. But it's kind of what we kind of do some things tongue in cheek. Our cryptids are fun like that. But that was, barrel 69. And it's the Valentine's barrel. It's like 1031 and 666. 666, we never tried. We chose to not try that bottle try that juice till it hit the bottle. It was a blind barrel. We picked it. It was 666.
You got to pick that.
Okay, we're going to do something stupid with this. We're going to do it. And we made 666. And like we were talking earlier, up until here recently, that's the hottest thing to ever come out of Matt's as a single barrel until we did the hazmat. And then like Dan was saying, somebody's gotten one a little bit hotter. but it was the whole purpose of the 666. Release it at Halloween. There you go. Same with the Grim Reaper. It's barrel 1031 at Halloween.
I love it.
You know, we try to do stuff tongue in cheek. We have fun with it.
That's something worth
there you
mentioning. I know
go.
this is
That's
not
a
the
hard one
Cryptic
to
Series.
find,
I know,
Hack.
but like the art on
It theoretically is, but it isn't because we do it. We were still doing single barrels during that window, so we did as a cryptid single barrel to spillway, and people didn't realize what it was. It's theoretically that was the fourth cryptid for the year because we tried to do 4 cryptids a year. That was the 4th one to come out that year.
I just really love, and I'm putting it up here so people can see it. I just really love a lot of the artwork. It's really great how you guys like do these, and it's so cool.
Well, Hack, let me tell you the secret on the Grim Reaper that really only a handful of people know. So I'm going to let it out of the of the secret, right? So the Grim Reaper, most people don't know this is true story. Halloween is Bobby's birthday. The Grim Reaper is actually Bobby in that outfit.
Yeah,
That's true. Show it again. You can see the resemblance.
Put it side by side, Hack.
We have to do another one this year. Another version.
I totally see the resemblance now.
See?
I really do.
Now you know. See?
Has anyone ever seen Bobby and the Grim Reaper in the same room? No.
That's correct. You have not.
Well, that's awesome. The cryptid. So, Hack, the things I wanted to get to before we wrap the stream though was like we didn't even get to the Stogie yet, but I know you've got something else poured. And
those are my babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. I just real quick. I poured the black walnut rye.
Dan's. So the blueberry wine cask finishes. Those are Dan's, baby.
Well, let's do that. So let's do that, and
the
then
Stogies are mine.
Yeah. Let's do both of those, Hack. Right? What do you want to do, Hack?
Yeah, I'll talk about the black walnut rye real quick because it's one of our bottles that we're giving away and that and I tried it next to Wampus Cat because I get very similar vibes off of those. Like they remind me a lot of each other, and I think we finished a bottle of this on your podcast because I just kept
killed it
because it's just so great, and it's got a nice sweetness to it, but the barrel impact on this is so perfectly done because it's just got the perfect amount of barrel impact. And you talked a little bit about it earlier about how hard it is to black walnut. And this to me, guys, is this the second version of this you've ever done?
Yes.
The black walnut rye.
First version is. I'll show you what it looks like. Give me a second.
I will add this to the stage so people can see it real quick. But this is the 7-year black walnut rye. Look at the color.
I think it's so good.
It's just it's fantastic. And I'm not gonna do
There's
it.
the original.
Oh, you got the original. Here, let's put it up here.
The original was a 6-year.
Okay. So we've stepped it up 1 year older. Okay.
Now, what was the proof on that one? I can't remember. This one was 122.5.
This one is 120, 120.05. Yeah. But and I guess this one steps it up in mash bill. It's 60% rye, so it's got a little more rye on it than the 55% we had earlier.
Love it.
Yeah, that's correct. I saw Chris put something up there. That first bottle of black walnut, Chris had a custom kitchen table made out of black walnut. So the background on that label is actually his table. And then on the new bottle, if you look real close where the flames are coming out, that's actually taken from a photo of how we charred the actual black walnut. So a little inside. All the labels have a meaning. Sometimes you just have to ask the people that did it what it is. You know, some in the background, kind of like the Grim Reaper. Yeah, I'm glad to see Bobby's wearing pants today too. Thanks, Bobby.
Some of us can actually get up and look at our stuff. We aren't in the dungeon.
These guys are used to doing podcasts. They're not used to being on video.
I know.
Hey, by the way, just to mention the podcast, we have the last one we just dropped. I think it was Friday. And that was with you guys. And we did that up in the loft at Crittenden. So for those folks listening in, if you want to hear some more detailed stuff, go out there and check that out. I thought it came out pretty good.
I'll drop the link.
And you guys look, hey, Hack and Mack, you guys never look better on that podcast. Let me just tell you.
We've actually had a lot of people tell us that's what we should do instead of YouTube. So
we get a lot more views on our non-camera work here.
You can't demonetize a podcast.
So, all right, Hack. I'm
gonna flash this so y'all know the next cryptid.
Oh,
that was too fast.
Alarm.
I think Bobby knows that video saves.
Yeah, that's gonna be a short.
Now the Firewalker. That'll be the next one. That'll be released.
That one.
Actually, you got to try. Yeah, y'all did try it. We're just waiting on the labels to come in. That is the label. That will be the label up for it.
Well, tell people what Firewalker is, Bobby.
So Firewalker is going to be bourbon finished in Naranja, Madeira, and jackfruit wine barrels.
Oh man.
We've never released the jackfruit.
Nope.
Ever. We did 3 barrels of jackfruit. We've never released it specifically for blending.
Wow.
We have, and that's what, the thing with Matt, and, we'll come down there. Janice will be down, which she's in the group. Chris comes down. Like I said, there's 12 of us. We all can't go down there together, and we go down there. Sometimes we pull samples. We did an experiment. We got all the staves that go in Maker's Mark 46. We put them in Matt's juice. We strung tables out in my house. We blended Maker's 46 using Matt's juice.
Bet it was way better.
Could not tell the difference.
We got the same flavor profile. Nobody could tell the difference. We used half the staves.
Yeah.
I mean, we pull samples. We do things. I've got samples in my garage. There's recipes. So it's funny. Matt gets the recipe written in paper before he ever gets to try it. It's blended before he ever tries them. It says Stogie Batch. He's never messed with a Stogie Batch.
Wow.
Or tried it or messed with it until the very end, until this time. He actually has a lot of trust and faith in what we're doing to say, hey, look,
that's so cool.
He'll tell us what we're going to do for Stogie Batch this year. That's why we got barrels coming from south of the border for Stogie next year.
That's
and
awesome.
Stogie every year it's not a Solera cask, but it's somewhat a Solera blend.
Right.
So Stogie Batch 1, when we do the run of Stogie Batch, Matt makes a second run of that, puts it back in the barrels. When we do the next year's Stogie Batch, one of the ingredients is the previous year's Stogie Batch. So that gets blended in to make Stogie 2 with the other finishing. Then that gets put back into all those barrels and goes in again. In theory, there's 15 barrel finishes in that bottle you're holding.
Damn.
There's 15 different ingredients. I call them ingredients. Barrel cask finishing in one bottle.
Should we talk Stogie? Should we dig into Stogie Hack?
Blueberry. All of us have a
blueberry. What should we do? All right, Hack. How do we navigate this? I've got Stogie here. I've got a blueberry in front of me.
Which Stogie you got?
I have Stogie 2.0.
2.0.
You didn't get a 3 while you were down? Which was it? You didn't get a 3?
No, I did. I should. I know.
Slacker.
I'm a slacker. I want it.
Yeah, you're a hack. You're the hack. I got to change his name.
Can I tell you, when we were leaving that place, I was just lucky enough I brought my shoes. I wish I bought everything on that bar, but the other thing about that gift shop, y'all have to, I will say this, like, New Orleans.
That's the bourbon boutique, not a gift shop.
Yeah, it's like, yes, it's what is it, 45 minutes Hack from New Orleans drive?
Maybe.
45,
like 50 minutes. Yeah,
like, you guys got it. You got to go. If you are a bourbon fan, whiskey fan, and and you're New Orleans anywhere around, like, take the trip because you will not be disappointed. The hospitality is incredible, and all the whiskey you get to try is awesome.
They just lined up every bottle that they've got on the bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you can try everything.
Yeah. So, well, wait. Okay. So, Hack, what do you have in front of you? Did you already tell us?
I couldn't help myself after having that black walnut. I poured Wampus Cat because it is
Okay.
like,
I can't wait for you to try the one that we're putting in the double rye, the cherry that double rye.
what
Matt
is
has
this?
not done anything with the double. That's going to be one of the cryptids. So it's 6 barrels of what Matt calls double rye. So
Okay.
his traditional mash bill, his bourbon mash bill, the rye content, double it.
Mm.
So it's super, super high rye bourbon.
Mm.
And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're
Oh
putting.
wait,
in.
super high rye bourbon.
Yes, but Matt calls it a double. He calls it his double rye because he doubles the rye content of his traditional bourbon.
So that'll be
That's
like a
gonna have the cherry staves in it.
34% rye or so. Is where that'll.
Higher,
Wow.
barely any barley.
Wow. That's exciting.
Remember that barrel that you did? So it's got 51% corn, a splash of barley, everything else is rye. And we tried it, and man, there was some we didn't even want to touch. We pushed some barrels and marked them. Me and Aaron did up in the top of the rig. Don't touch them. They were phenomenal. Those
Mac,
are
this sounds like it'd be up your alley. You like the high rye bourbons, Mac.
Oh yeah, I do. And I'm looking. I do. So I have Mothman. I do not have Wampus Cat, which is a problem.
Because there'll never be another.
New
not a
Stogie
problem.
Batch Cuban edition. It
That-
wasn't like
that's
you
not
were
a
just
problem.
at the distillery 2 weeks ago, Matt. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's not, you not having a Wampus Cat ain't a problem. That's your punishment for not having 3.0 Stogie.
That's right.
Well, I want that Stogie.
Hey, you know what would be good though, because Brandon posted this. You guys, Max got the Stogie out, and I saw that you guys have something else called pipe cut, right?
Yes, pipe cut is actually, you know what pipe cut really is? Let me find it. So, pipe cut is a lighter version of that.
Oh, the Mothman.
Mothman.
Okay. I have the Mothman.
It's the same finishing as this,
Is it? Okay.
but in different increments per barrel.
Okay.
So most people don't realize when we do barrel finishing or blending, a lot of places it's like, okay, we're doing a blend. Okay, we're going to do this barrel, this barrel, this barrel, this barrel. That's our blend. Cognac barrel, an Armagnac barrel, or this barrel, or that barrel. That's it. One of these.
That's laziness.
So when we do it, that's why Matt does it. We don't do it at the distillery because it just drives him up the wall. We're using graduated cylinders. So we have we pull all our samples. We come back and we sit down and we put them in graduated cylinders and we give it to Matt, and he's got to take what we give him from cylinder ratios and change it to weighted ratios so that he can pull it off out of the barrels via a scale. So the Stogie that you're trying right now, the 2.0, the one that you got, this one.
Yeah.
So when that got done, before it ever goes to bottling, we put it in the vat. We let it sit for weeks. And then we go back and try it. We didn't like it changed. So so the vat typically is 350 gallons.
Yeah.
Or a batch release. That's 352 gallons.
Okay.
We changed that entire flavor profile, adding 2 gallons.
Wow. With what?
There's 2 gallons of red wheat
Oh, interesting. In the 2.0.
in the 2.0.
So what I'm drinking.
When we did this one, we started the blend. Janice was there. Aaron was there. It was me. We started the blend for the Cuban cut. After we let it marry for the 3 weeks in the vat, we ended up adding on top of it. I think if I remember right, we added 4 gallons of Takai on top of everything else we did.
That's cool. Well,
It's the increments get to that point. I mean, sometimes Matt's like this is nuts because it'll be 52 gallons of this, 10 gallons of this, 4.5 gallons of this, a gallon of that, 12 gallons of this, a gallon of that. It's down to those increments anytime we do a finished blend.
I mean, it's killer. So let me just say what I'm sipping on here. For those who don't know, this is the Mississippi Sipper Stogie Batch, 2.0. A blend of bourbon whiskeys finished in cognac, Armagnac, port, añejo tequila, apple brandy, maple syrup, and Lafroig Scotch barrels. And when I saw Lafroig, I was like, I'm not a big peat guy. Maybe one day I'll get there. And so
we'll get you there. We'll get you there, Mac.
But it's this thing and Hack. How many times have I done, cigar blend-esque blinds, and I'll put them up on our channel. This thing is top up there and competes, and is not one. It's one of my favorites, if not favorite, cigar blend of mine.
Mac, let me just say this for corrective purposes. This is how you need to think about that. That bottle, actually all three of those bottles, there are literally dozens of cigar blends out there.
Yeah.
There's only one Stogie.
That's true. Wait, so tell me. So exactly, why did you name it Stogie?
Because everybody names their shit cigar. And I'll be honest, every one of them people are chasing one bottle. And I will be god awful honest. I don't care who you are. It's not Mangus. Don't get me wrong. The original Manguses were great.
Wait.
Everybody is chasing Dalmore.
Dalmore. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The very original cigar released whiskey ever was Dalmore.
I was like, I don't know what you're about to say there, but I was like, gotta be careful with what kind of cigar batches you malign here, there, Bobby. There is one that rises above. I have not had this one.
And this is my third one. I used to have batch 1. This is what everybody's chasing. If you want to, so when we do one, this is what we gauge off of, because this is what anybody who got into pairing cigars with specific cigar paired whiskeys, this is where you started. Now people say, I don't drink scotch, I don't drink this, whatever. You can see behind me that everybody who drinks bourbon who comes to my house never pours bourbon.
Yeah.
They buy bourbon when they hit the single malt.
I was about to say,
Janice is in this chat room. She came over for one of our Christmases, and she does not like peated scotch. Janice drank $200 of Octomore.
Okay.
The most high-proof, high-peat scotch made. Janice she tore into that one.
Wait, Bobby, were you trying to talk about did you mean?
Yes. So I have a love.
He called it Mangus, but he meant Magnus.
I was just checking.
I'm from Mississippi. It's Mangus.
Which, by the way, my lovely mother is from Mississippi, and I have a fond
Mangus. And I'll be saying, and I'm honest about my love hate with that bottle.
Well, have you
I got batch 35 down there.
Okay, well,
that was my love of cigar bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. Once it hit batch 65, I couldn't stand it.
Okay. Well,
it went from, you take batch 35. And this is what we're trying to do with Janice and Chris and Aaron and all of us. Mm-hmm. We don't want heat. Heat's not the goal. You want nuances. Batch 35 had all the nuances of your Armagnacs, your cognacs. All of that nuance was there. You had that up until you got to around batch 65.
Okay.
But then after 65, it turned into all heat. It was almost like, here's the recipe. It doesn't matter what it tastes like. Put it together.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and they're saying some of the newer ones that are coming out now are getting back to the flavor profile. But man, I was sitting in Josh Sorrell's office, and he loved mine. I brought all of mine up there. We had a new one come out. Every time we'd get the new one come out, we'd open it up. Damn, we didn't like it. It was all heat, no flavor. So why are you trying to make a nice? And the thing with finishing is people give shit to finished whiskeys. You're not trying to cover up flavor. If the whiskey tastes like crap, it's going to taste like crap no matter what you do with it.
Yeah.
You can't fix it.
Yeah.
You're trying to add nuances. If you look in the wine world, it's sommeliers. All wine's just grapes. Everything adds a different nuance, and that's what the finishes is trying to do. It's not trying to make your whiskey taste like cognac. It's trying to make your whiskey have the nuances of those fruits and those flavors, not cover them up. and the later cigar blends, the cigars from Mangus was they were so hot you got no flavor. It just tasted like regular old gray label Mangus, really hot. It buried all the flavor, and that's why we started. That's hence the reason we did the first one of these. We all could not stand what happened with it. So we're like, we don't have a cigar blend that we like to drink outside of Dalmore, and people who are snobs to Scotch wouldn't try it. So we're like, okay, fine. We're going to make our own. And this one won the cigar that we blended this for, Andalusian Bull from LFD.
Oh, wow. So you did a specific cigar in mind.
When we do these blends and we're blending it, we'll have 10 to 20 cigars laid out.
Oh, that's so
The
cool.
first thing we blend for is the nose. So we have all of these different cigars laid out. We're going from cigar to the different samples. We're doing getting our nosing what we want. And then from there, we light every cigar. It looked like a chicken chong party. They're laid out. We make them, and when we come up to it, we start going back and forth to the individual ingredients. What works with what cigars in the range of cigar? We start with a range of cigars.
Bobby, I gotta pause you for a minute. I think you said a Cheech and Chong party, but it was
That's what it looks like. You got cigars everywhere, smoke everywhere. But what we're doing is we choose a batch of cigars to start with.
That's so cool, though. I mean, because a lot of people think, I mean, like the history in Hack.
3.0.
Yeah.
You know the ideal cigar for that one is?
What's that?
Perdomo Champagne, Connecticut. That's what this is blended for.
See, I want to do this.
We went softer.
I love
this
that.
one. Chris, the one that you've got too.
Yeah.
Chris is in here. You know what? This was blended for probably around a Fuente.
Okay.
Fuente range. But you know what this works really well with?
What's that?
Seersucker pipe tobacco from the Country Squire.
Okay, so I used to smoke a pipe a lot, and man, okay, this is awesome because a lot of people.
This is a perfect pipe one. 2.0 is. It has all the realms of the mid range, which is what most pipe tobaccos have. Is your mid range of flavors.
Hack's holding back right now. He's got a lot of things he wants to say now. He wants to mention Nancy Fraley, but he's holding back.
Bobby and I were walking and talking. We've had this conversation already. And some things you keep private, but I think even our friend Nancy would agree to a certain extent on some of the things you're saying about Mangus.
Look, she's the reason we got into doing this. She did some of the best blends out there.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was the production got bigger than the blending could take. It overtook it.
Yeah.
And you know, she is now semi-retired from Mangus, and as I'm only going to call it that now from here on out.
I love it.
It's only Mangus. Like
She's
it'll
still blending.
always be Mangus.
She's still blending with 7.3.
She's doing some work, not as much as she was before. She's done some stuff with them. She's back working with Henry again, Jay Henry again, which she had left them for a while. But no, she's been here on the channel. We're friends. Like, she's a great person. Bobby and I talked about this. There's no beef between Bobby and I. But also, here's the thing. This is the thing about whiskey, right? And we say this on the channel. I think you guys feel this way too. Is you like what you like.
Like what you like.
And if you like to drink it with ice, you like to drink it with Coke. You like this whiskey, you like that whiskey. It doesn't matter. There's no reason to like be a snob and you got to do this, you got to do that. Like what you like. If you don't like some of the stave finish stuff, fine. If you like the straight bourbons or like what you like, and nobody should tell someone else what they should like. Like, you like what you like, and find out what you enjoy. And the only way to do that is to
you got to try everything.
You do.
That's why I do it.
I tell people a lot of times. Say you open a bottle and it's like, man, man, this was I didn't like this. So my quintessential open it and leave it alone is sitting over there. Ardbeg 10, base Ardbeg peated Scotch. I hate that bottle when I open it. That wall, there's 40 different Ardbegs over there. Ardbeg 10 is my absolute. I hate it when I open it. Open it, pour about that much in a Glen, drink it, put the cork on it, put it back on the wall. We leave it for 6 months. Come back to it. It's freaking phenomenal.
I love it.
I hate it as a fresh crack. Everybody that comes over here and tries it hates it as a fresh crack for some reason.
Interesting.
Boys, we're nearing the 2-hour range, and this is normally where we start winding her down a little bit.
I thought we were just starting up here.
I mean,
Wait,
I'm on the East Coast now, Dan. Come on now. You got
you're a lightweight.
but I'll tell you what, I have such a great time with you guys.
it's awesome.
We want to do more stuff together, and
Yeah.
you guys have really opened our eyes to really a lot of what you do behind the scenes at Crittenden's, but also you guys do a lot of other stuff too. I mean, you guys are doing different pick groups or doing different picks in different places. Could you guys just tell us kind of like, we'll kind of round it out here, like what's next for the sippers, like what's going on? And then also I've always wondered this is like, if somebody wanted to, they lived in Mississippi or nearby, could can you join the sippers or is there like do they have to pass a test where they got to walk on fire? I mean, how do you become a sipper?
Really, honest to truth, it's not a joining kind of thing. It's 12 of us that met each other and hang out together.
Yeah.
And like the way it ended up working out, like Scott, Whiskey Curious, I didn't know him. He knew Justin because he goes up to Spillway and sees Justin up there, and he doesn't live far from me at all. And one day he was like, "Hey, I'd like to come and sit down with y'all one time and have a drink." Okay, come on. The next thing you know, we get him on. He comes and hangs out on a podcast, and next thing he starts coming by when we're doing things. And after a while, it's like he starts coming to more. He hangs out with us more and more. And finally, what it is, we just add him to the chat group. It's a closed chat group that we're all in.
Yeah.
Matt Crittenden used to tell people we're not a bourbon club or a bourbon group. He said, chalk it up to the 1970s, early 80s supper clubs that your parents and grandparents had. We all will get together and we might open just this bottle. We might have a blind flight. We might just have dinner. We might just show up somewhere and have a bottle share. It all depends. You never know. It's not that it's a group. It kind of started out as a bunch of friends that we always joke that 7 degrees of separation. We all knew. I knew this person knew this person. Oh, well, they like bourbon. Oh, well, we'll come on over to the house. And then next thing you know is I worked with this guy because of our other jobs. We would run into each other all the time. Guess what? We run into each other at a store one day. Oh, well, come on by the house. And that's how it started. It's not, and for going forward, I mean, what we're doing now with Matt, we talk to other distilleries about doing the same thing with other distilleries. Matt does not. We don't have what you call a contract with Matt to do the blending. Now we do have we will never make a blend that we do for Matt. We'll never do it at another distillery. We're never going to do a toasted pecan with anybody else.
Yeah.
But if a distillery wants us to come in, it's like, look, we got these barrels and we're unsure of them. We want to see what you can do with them. We're open to that all the time. I know I have mixed feelings about a particular one, and everybody knows it's 20 minutes from. It's not even 10 minutes from my house. Take a left turn, a right turn, a left turn, drive 5 minutes, take another turn. I'm at the distillery. We'd all love to do something there because it's local. For us to go to Matt's, it's 2 hours to 2.5 hours.
Oh, it's that far. I didn't realize that far.
Oh, yeah, it's 2 hours. We leave at 6 in the morning.
2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
We leave by 6 in the morning to be there by 9:15.
Wow.
I mean,
But that's a good question, Hack, because I get asked that, or we'll get it asked on the Sippers page, MississippiSippers.com, and we get people from California, Florida. Hey, how do I become a sipper? And it's kind of, it's not like Bobby explained it great. It's just really people that live in the vicinity, close together, that are just friends, become better friends and hang out under this fellowship of whiskey. So it's not, some kind of nationwide group or anything like that. And I think when you start doing that, it becomes more difficult because part of that, is getting to the distilleries, talking to the distillers, going on picks, doing this. We already acknowledged that even with 12 people, I don't know if we've ever gotten all 12 of us together at one time. It's just
not even at the Christmas get-togethers or
yeah.
So when we do a blind flight, I rent the clubhouse down the street in my neighborhood. It's got seating for 12. We will do a flight, blind flights. Me and Dan curate it. We never partake in it. We curate it. We're sitting in the back. We're just laughing. An hour before anybody shows up, the flight's poured. When they come in, they sit down. They don't know what's in the glasses. They don't know the premise of the flight. Nothing. They do the flight. Room full of bourbon drinkers. Because everybody's always, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. We've done that 7 times now, if not more. We've never had a bourbon win a blind flight.
Wow.
Ever. Never have had a bourbon win a blind flight. The blind flight that should have had a bourbon win, Yamazaki 12 won.
Really?
We had a rum in the blind flight that nobody could tell they were drinking a rum. It beat the bourbons. Wow. We've had Pappy come in almost dead last. Pappy 12. Pappy 12 and Weller 12, which we joked about. Me and Justin
12, yeah.
Joked about it. Because Pappy 12 and Weller 12 is the exact same juice.
Yeah.
Zero difference.
Yeah. What's interesting.
They should have tied. They should have theoretically tied. What beat them?
Oh, that is. Hey, if you know, you know.
Oh,
that bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you're getting hacked.
Harder to find. That is a good bottle.
I'm gonna have to get up.
I don't need an invitation like this. We just come here,
no.
call one more pour.
We had in one of those flights I
just forgot that it's a twist cap. I was trying to pull it off.
all your high-end Japanese are screw top. They don't do cord.
Yeah.
So we were talking before when we were testing the audio, you were asking me, favorites, and I was, you didn't ever know about this one, this line.
No,
No.
did not.
I put a peated version of that in a blind flight, and there was a guy in that room that absolutely abhors Scotch, abhors peated. Guess what he picked number 1? That peated.
Really?
Didn't know it. If you do not physically know what you're drinking, you're not going to pick. Right. Now, some people will pick out, like, if I put a Jack Daniels distillate in there, Dan or Aaron, they know right off the bat. There's a Jack in there. But we've never had bourbons win because of that reason. We do it so blind in such a wide array of stuff that it goes to prove a point that you really don't understand what you do and don't like. We always tell people, if you don't, you got to try. I don't like this. Well, you need to try. I don't like Scotch. Well, what'd you start with? Well, I went to a bar and I ordered the Scotch. Well, it's Ardbeg, McClellan, or Lefroy or what you're going to get poured, or Johnny Walker Blue. You're not going to pay for Johnny Walker Blue. McClellan's too expensive. So you're going to end up with an Ardbeg or Lefroy. They're quintessential labels. Well, they're on the peated spectrum. Well, if you've never had peated Scotch, you're going to hate Scotch after that if that's your initial first one. But we've noticed, me and Justin sitting talking, and the people in the store, the people who drink, a lot of the people who are drinking your cognacs, like the Ferrans and different things, they're moving to peated Scotches.
Really?
Because of the richness in some of them.
This is next up in my journey is Bobby. I'm gonna need a private lesson on Scotches because I'm not there. I've just learned Irish whiskey. I mean, I'm just not to the level yet that you guys are. And Janice made a comment about me losing my cool points. I never had any.
I was gonna say that you never had any.
She must have thought I had
that puts
some.
them in the negative or what? How does that work?
I just don't have
over
that
here.
Heck, we gotta.
You see that right there?
We gotta break Bobby in.
I love
Bobby.
Janice will tell you she hated peated Scotch.
Yeah.
Until that you see that one right about there, that low one. It used to be that full. Now it's that full. That's Janice.
I love
that. Was the one that was her. Yeah.
Oh,
Bruzel's been to my house twice. The first one, you'll never know. The second time, we found three scotches in here he loved.
Oh my goodness.
But
I love it.
two of them, one of them's up there at the top, way up there at the top. I want to say it's third one over up there, right about there. That's a McClellan 10-year fine oak. Dan will tell you about that. I've owned that bottle almost 20 years. That bottle's been in my house 20 years.
Like
Wow.
open.
He fell in love with that bottle. He's like, I love that. You can't buy it no more. Shit, I can't say I love it because nobody can go buy it. He loved that one. I've got a single grain scotch down here that he fell in love with, and another one. They're just harder to find. You just got to find the segues. I mean, you get on up there. That's over here. That's McClellan's. Then you go down to the Lagavulins. You got your Ardbegs. You got your Lefroy's. You go over here. You got all your Port Charlotte and Bunnahabens. You got some Compass Box, which is me and Dan's absolute favorite.
Oh yeah, there's some good company.
You can't go wrong with a Compass Box. And then I got Florida Lazas over here. There's tequilas on this side. There's tequilas on this side. There's mezcals down there. There's a whole table full of Phillips.
We're gonna raid Bobby's house in Mississippi.
We are. We're gonna do it. Let's go. Can we do a Bobby house tour?
House. Oh, a hack hunts Bobby's house.
I'm gonna invite ourselves over there, Bobby.
I do some home hunt videos. They're like I'm
Home
hunting
hunts
Bobby.
are a hitter.
People
They
over
are.
there, what's all that worth? It ain't worth anything. I'm like,
No,
what do
it
you mean? Every one of these bottles are open.
That's my guy.
There's no,
Boys,
no
we're
intrinsic
gonna-
value at this point. We were joking. You see that shelf? That shelf up there?
Yeah.
Where? That one? That's all McClellan. I had about 6 of them fall off.
Wow.
That's 10 feet in the air. My floors were warped for 2 weeks. Hit the floor. Everybody's like, did you freak out? No, it was about $2,000 worth of McClellan went into my hardwood.
Oh
It is
my
what it, they're all open. It doesn't matter. The ones that were important, I just put a cork in them and we killed them the next week.
Just
Oh,
gotta-
well, time for them to go.
Gotta be careful with those shelves there, Bobby.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
I'm laughing because you've had a few shelf
talk about
problems
my
yourself.
we're not gonna talk about
it
myself.
goes up there.
Oh.
It goes over there.
Hack,
And
we
it goes all the way down there.
Yeah, you know what the sad part on that was, Hack? When it
What's
fell
that?
down, he heard it from the other room,
Oh, I wasn't even home.
and you thought it was your wife, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
I got a text from my wife. We were sitting here and we heard something. We didn't know what happened. She sends me a text and a picture, and my daughter sends me a picture. There's glass and whiskey going from behind me to over there.
No. It's my
Oh
greatest.
my God.
This isn't a whiskey room. This is actually my dining room. I'm sitting at the dining room table.
You know, sometimes people have to combine rooms, Bobby, and I'm with you on that.
Well, the closet's full too. My work.
Me and Mac have a lot in common. Y'all have a lot in
We
common.
do. So
Yeah, but how many barrels do you have at your house that you can say you have the bottles that came out of those barrels?
I don't know,
See Mac
Bobby.
trying to put a barrel
I
on
don't
his apartment.
I gotta.
Trying to get it in the DC apartment.
Hold on. Where's that?
I don't even, Bobby. My place, you could not comprehend how small it is. Anyway,
So the barrel on my front porch is the original toasted pecan.
I wouldn't even know what to do with that.
That big one over there, that's the first ever Old Forester barrel pick.
Oh, that's awesome.
That barrel right there, where is it? That little one, I can't do it backwards. That
What
one?
is that? Yeah.
That is the single barrel, single malt that came out of Distillery Crittenden that we picked.
Oh, that's cool.
I've got the barrel. And I've got 3 bottles that came out of that.
I love it.
That's-
Hack, we
that's
have
fun.
to land this plane. Hack,
Oh, we do.
I'm on East Coast time here, and here's the problem. I could sit here all night with y'all, and we could keep ripping through some pours. But tomorrow is Monday.
Yeah,
Which
dude.
Hack? What's our motto now? Our new motto, which is
Call off
Ruin
Monday. That's what it is, brother.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
we ruin Mondays. We ruin
Look,
Mondays.
you're looking a little sick to me, like a sick
Dan-
day. Nate.
Dan was texting me, don't forget about the thing. You know, you need to test the audio. I'm on a service call south. I'm 45 minutes south of here fixing a truck. Tomorrow morning, I get up at 4. I got to go almost to Arkansas and fix another one.
Okay,
It's
well, I
not
guess I
stop.
have nothing to rebut that. But
Yeah, stop whining.
yeah, because I'm not fixing a fire truck tomorrow. I'll just be honest.
I'll tell you,
Hey, Mac, you're losing cool points too.
if y'all see one of these anywhere near you, especially Mac up in DC area,
What is that?
That is a Wolfburn 10-year sherry cask.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
This is probably one of the best sherry casks I've had.
Oh man.
This is
All right, I'm gonna have to
I
look.
don't have backup bottles. This is my fourth.
Bobby, I'm gonna. All right. Look. I love it. Y'all,
All right, boys, we're gonna wrap it up here. We do really appreciate you guys coming on. I think we finally met people more unhinged than us, and I did not know that was gonna happen. But guys, I love you guys. We appreciate all you did for us at Crittenden.
Yes,
we're gonna hang out again, though.
Yeah,
maybe not even on YouTube, because I could listen to Bobby talk.
Yeah, we need to we gotta do this again. So
wait till we get
you guys need to come down when we do a blind, and we do it. You do the blind the right way, where it could be anything in the world. It's not 5 bourbons. It could be anything, and you don't know what it is.
Mac is excellent at blinds. We're in.
I never miss y'all.
Bobby, Dan, we appreciate y'all. We will see you soon. Thanks for all y'all's help. Y'all giving us. We appreciate you guys. All right, see you guys.
Y'all take care.
All right.
Cheers.
Oh man, it was so awesome.
Okay,
I think we could have streamed for 5 hours.
This is one of the most fun things we've ever done. We've done a lot of fun stuff.
I will say.
It's one of those things where I'm gonna have to listen back to this because it was so much. It was good.
I know, it was incredible. Let me just say too about them, where it's like, they really did treat us like family. They didn't, and Hack, I know you and Dan, you guys talked for a while, at Spillway, and that, and I think you built that relationship. But man, they were just every single person.
Yeah,
there, Crittenden's and Matt and the team and Dan and Bobby, and man, they just treat like family, which is so cool. You don't get that a lot these days.
And I think one of the things I would say too is that you in this whiskey journey, bourbon journey, what are we talking about? Like, you meet different people along the way. Bobby and Dan are people that like I could see like being friends for
absolutely.
like just great people. And then I'd love to make like a Crittenden's drop in Mississippi Sipper hangout. Like, I could see us doing something really cool around the next time we come, where maybe we go to Middle Mississippi. Maybe we get into
that's where my mother and my uncle Tupelo.
Let's go back and see where Matt grew up. Let's go back to the roots.
I mean, Tupelo and the Delta Mississippi River. That's that was when I was growing up. That's like I used to fish in the Delta, and man, that's anyway. I just don't remember it being as hot. Hack. It was a lot hotter than I remember.
No, it was like 2 years ago, though. 2 years ago, I can remember being at Spillway and seeing the name Mississippi Sippers and talking to people. And it was like this aura that people had about them. They're like, they're these guys that just have, if you know kind of thing. Like if you're into whiskey and you start to learn a little bit more about them, and then here we are hanging out with them. Here we are doing a live stream with them on their podcast. Them letting us into their life.
So nice that they invite us on their podcast.
Doesn't seem real, right?
You guys gotta, I think we shared the link already, Hack, on their podcast. You guys got to check that out. And I think Dan is just such a wealth of knowledge too. How many times? And I said this the other day. I was talking to someone else. It wasn't even on stream. It was just like, you get like grain to glass bourbon from Heaven Hill. Do you get like grain to glass wood finishing?
No. And I think getting to see how the process worked up close, and the video will kind of go into depth when I get it dropped this next week.
Yeah.
And I think there was a moment too where when we were kind of narrowing down the barrels and they were asking us for our notes and what we picked, our group was completely in line with them. Like, it was just so perfect because it just worked off. It just worked out, perfectly. But just huge thank you to Dan and Bobby for coming on. And you thought you couldn't control me. You can't control Bobby either, buddy.
Oh man, I love when Bobby gets going. That's the best, man. That was so awesome. Mangus, we need shirts that are like
Mangus.
We need Mangus, which is the best.
I got Mangus. Mangus Batch 515 is one of my favorite all time.
Can we have Bobby and Nancy on?
Oh, that would be something now. Hey, we got a new member. Thank you, Kaz. Hey, members, if you want to be a member of our channel, that's how you get access to our picks, by the way.
Yeah. I guess we should talk about that.
Maybe.
Which, like, we're about to drop our biggest drop ever. We don't do a ton of picks. Crittenden is a special to us. We're about to drop a lot of bottles, and like, these are special. Heck, these are special. So
They're special. I mean, I think here's the thing, like, you hear the story. I really want everyone to know the story behind these is that the Mississippi Sippers walked us through and helped us kind of learn, and they were asking us, hey, what do you like in this? And we had some things we like, but I actually said, we trust you guys so much, and you know these barrels so well, and you know,
yeah.
so lead us, guys, like put us in the
Yes.
right direction, and they did.
Yeah.
And we still had to make some decisions, but I don't think we could have missed. And so we've got the Slim Pickens, which is not going to be very many bottles at all. It's a 9-year bourbon. We've got a 7.5-year bourbon that had the sipper's name on it. And then we've got the first ever, apparently, first ever 8-year single barrel released rye is coming to us, which is nuts. Like, how did that happen?
An 8-year single barrel rye with y'all. I will say this, trying the 7-year single barrel rye, and I know Jason just dropped 1, 2, and like these things now, like these, something about, you know, the craftsmanship of Crittenden's, and then whatever happens in that rick house was just special. Even at younger ages, the rye at 8 years. I can't wait for y'all to try it.
I can't wait for y'all to try it either. It's awesome. You don't have to be a rye lover either.
No,
And,
and that 55% rye mash bill it's a good way to kind of, if you're unsure, go for it.
And we don't do a ton of picks, y'all. If you're a new member here or you want to be a member, we do 3 or 4 picks a year. That's it.
Yeah.
And we try to make them special. And we're not going to be the pick group that's going to do a ton. But when we do them, we want them to be special. We want them to be different. We want it to mean something. And what it meant to me is getting to have a personal journey with the Mississippi Sippers that I just think that I will never forget. Like, it was an amazing experience, and hopefully we get to do it every year. I wouldn't mind going back, Mac.
Yeah, and if you think about what are absolutely. And if you think about our drops so far, we have our first drop was Reveries with Jay, which is incredible, and that's special. Thank you, Jay, for that. And then Southern Collective, which was some sourced Indiana MGP, which were killer. Which, by the way, we didn't even talk about this yesterday. Went to a little bottle share and a housewarming party of my friend. That's how I met the producer. So that man gets whatever he deserves, whatever he wants. He likes whiskey. What do you want, sir? I got to meet the producer through her, and it was awesome. They loved the picks. This is our first craft distillery drop, Hack, and I would rather do it with anyone else.
No, I wouldn't either. And getting to take a pick team there, the team that got to go with us, it all aligned perfectly. It all aligned exactly how it should, and just so excited to get these into y'all's hands. And I think you're gonna love them. And the problem is that Mac and I have always talked, like, we don't want to have so many picks you have to sell them.
Yeah, we don't.
And I don't ever want to come off as I'm selling these, but I do think they're special. I do think they're different, and I think that because of really the Mississippi Sippers, put us on some amazing stuff. They really did. And we released merch tonight. My God,
merch. Which, by the way, and people were asking. I can drop that back into the chat. The streetwear. So the thing is, some of these shirts that you see are like really thin and cheap. It's not like street anyway. This is just a thicker cut, and it's just a bit bigger. And I think Hack and I both, we really like these. And so you can see how these fit, and like, I don't know. I think you're gonna like it.
We're coming up in the world. We got merch.
Hack, can I run to the restroom? I promise I'm coming back. I'm not gonna pull us back. I'm not gonna pull.
I'll keep things rolling, and I'll get us ready for the wheel and all that kind of stuff. Yep. So guys, tonight was incredible. We had an amazing experience hanging out with Bobby and Dan, and we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do more of that. Also, so tonight we'll give it a few more minutes. If you can get a super chat in before Matt pees, Mac pees. Now his bathroom's not very far away. You can still get in. But when Matt comes back, we'll cut him off. But we've got the black walnut rye. We've got a Crittenden's fun sample pack. A lot of the stuff you saw us go through tonight will be a huge sample pack we'll send out. We've got the Eagle Rare 10 store pick, which is something that I'm doing to celebrate my son finishing his Eagle project this weekend. And then Whiskey Wheel of Fate. So Whiskey Wheel of Fate, we've got some cool stuff on it. We've got some Crittendens. We've got some K-Luke. And you could even maybe win a Polish finest, which is some Baba Yaga. But you know, so tonight we'll do the Whiskey Wheel of Fate. So if you want to get in now, you can. If not, that's cool too. Guys in the chat, tell me, like, what are some Crittendens that have been your favorites? What are the ones that you like? Cindy says, let's guess Mac will say the water was cold and deep too. I don't know, Cindy. I'm not going to say that about the man. Kevin Burns, great show as always. Appreciate that. Need to bring them back. Yeah, for sure. That, you know, I was a little bit low on energy tonight because I've been working for like 3 days straight with my son's Eagle project, and Bobby and Dan, they brought it. So it was great to have them. And I've got like 20 samples of Crittenden stuff over here that I didn't even get to because they do so much like great stuff. Yeah, everything check out. We good?
We good. Yeah. I try to drink a ton of water before, which it's both good and bad, Hack, when I'm with you. Man, we were sweating so much this last few days. I'm behind on that side of things, but what do you say we get to the wheel? And we man, it was fun tonight. I had some things we want to crack, but we'll save those for later. You want to do one while we do that?
Do one while we spin the wheel?
Yeah. Was there something you really were looking forward to? Yeah. Yep. I've got it right here.
That didn't take long. I got to give a shout out to Mark, our friend that hung out with us. He ran over to Jack Daniels and got these for us. You want to set this up while I'm working on the wheel real quick?
Oh, absolutely. Wheel good? You good? Okay.
I got to make sure.
All right.
Yep. Got all the names.
Awesome. Yeah. So thank you. So this one,
real quick, Mac, hold on. The wheel's closed, y'all. The wheel is closed.
Wheel is closed. I'm excited for y'all to get this.
All the Venmos did show up as well as the super chats. I'll load the wheel now. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh, so I'm a Jack Daniels guy. I'm a Squire. Which, by the way, Hack, I saw your Squire post this week go nuts.
I did really well.
I've got to post my Squire thing too, which, so I'll do that maybe next week. I don't want to take your thunder because Hack's Squire post went viral.
We're a team, brother. We're a team.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Mark, for getting this High Angel share. This is Tennessee whiskey laid down in 2016, rested atop Coy Hill on the top floor of Barrel House 113 for High Angel share, 138.4 proof. Yeah, so you've seen a couple channels have jumped in this, and Hack, we tried this in New Orleans.
It's not the right time to be trying this.
Oh, you're fresh cracking it. Okay.
Yeah.
I cracked
the damn plastic off.
I know, man. You got to get one of those, like, brutally honest. Have you seen his little wood thing?
We should get a Hack Mack merch one.
I know. We need to. Wait. Irving Larry just you got to put him in there if you didn't already close it. Anyway.
Is he in there?
Oh, it's okay. And then did you get Whiskey Curious? That's nice.
Oh.
All right, now it's closed. Sorry, Hack, if we just
okay. I will delete these and add because it'll add them all. It's no problem.
And then also Rick J never had Crittendens. I think here's what I will say. I'm excited to bring this as our first craft distillery to folks. Amen. I know we're about to talk about Jack, but I think the Jack connection's important here because I talked a little bit about some Jack notes that I got in our short barrel that we picked with them, our bourbon, and then even the rye. If you like Jack Daniel's rye, which I say Jack Daniel's rye, if people are just trying to get into rye, Jack Daniel's rye is that like bourbon rye, right? Hack, like it's like and so, man, I just think like Crittenden's is a deal. It's crafty. It's at the same time not like funky crafty too much. Like you're gonna have some unique notes, but this thing is a crowd pleaser. So I'm excited to try it.
Another screw top.
We're at 138.4 proof here, Hack.
Yeah, so you shouldn't try this after you've been at a distillery for 6 hours. You know what? Here's the funny thing too. We had a little bar set up in my my hotel in New Orleans.
Haunted.
Which it was haunted, by the way. That was
beautiful hotel. Definitely haunted.
I tell you, I had a really bad nightmare.
Oh, wait. Shared poor Randall. Did you? Wait,
Yes.
maybe we
after that night we were talking about all the spooky stuff and it got kind of
and my ghost tour.
Yes. We haven't talked about, we don't even have time to cover
We don't
that.
have time to talk.
I'm just gonna tease something. Next week, y'all remind us. Mac, my wife, Mama Hack, loves ghost tours. And Mac gave us his own personalized ghost tour. And you may have some experience in doing ghost tours in your past, sir.
I do. I love ghost tours. I made my own. I've been to New Orleans so many times. I love it. I have a DC ghost tour that I put together as well. But anyway, so I was so happy.
Remind us next week, and I'll tell you all about the ghost tour that Matt gave the producer, Mama Hack, and I, because it was highly entertaining. I may have been laughing so hard I was crying. It was fantastic and a little spooky.
You know, a little New Orleans got some creepy stuff happening.
They do.
Women of Max.
Night we did the ghost tour. I had a nightmare that night. Just saying.
Yikes, man.
All right, I'm gonna sip this. Cheers, sir.
Hey, cheers, man. Congrats, buddy. This was
Look at the color. My God.
Yeah, this color is insane. Jack Daniels, man, just putting out the good stuff.
Smells great. I don't get any of the banana stuff that I.
Yeah, this is let's sip it. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh man. Yeah, it's way better now.
So I remember that when we tried it that night, we were like, what the hell is it? Because it's like it's different than, and by the way, this is the bourbon, it's not a rye. This is Tennessee whiskey. Sorry, but it is a bourbon. We don't have to go into that tonight. We don't have to fight that fight.
We don't have time for that tonight.
But yeah, the bananas Foster thing is not like the main thing, which you get a lot with the whiskey.
Oh, you know what the main thing for me is brown sugar. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, heck.
Wow.
I didn't tell you this. Last night I got a little, so went to a housewarming. Shout out Mo and Caitlin, and brought some bottles over there earlier in the day, and then came back, had a little, had a couple pours, and then I searched butter cake on Uber Eats.
You did.
And there's a steakhouse in DC that apparently has a butter cake dessert, and I bought it. My friend, it came with
fucking awesome.
It was this beautiful like cake, like a spiced vanilla cake.
Mm-hmm.
They had the caramel separate. They
Yep.
could drizzle on it. The producer and I drank Nashville butter cake with the butter cake, and oh my God,
Was it too much butter cake?
it was not enough. I wanted all the butter cake. All right. Anyway, sorry. Let's talk about this.
Oh, sorry. This is great. It's got a maple syrup vibe to me too.
It's viscous.
It's way better tonight.
you
Way,
remember-
way better.
I kept getting a grape note in New Orleans. I don't know if I get as much grape now, but I get like a grape nut, like a, grape nuts, that cereal.
Yeah, the cereal. Mm-hmm.
There's a darker, actually at the finish, you get a little dark grape thing here. Caramel drizzle.
It says it laid down in 2016, rested atop Coy Hill on the top floor of Barrel House 113 for High Angel Sare. So it reminds me a little bit with this Slim Pickens how it's a very syrupy pour.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot left in the barrel. It's got that vibe on it. It's very syrupy. And it's a sweeter version of a Coy Hill to me. Is it sweeter than Coy Hill to you?
Sweeter.
Yeah, that's what I get too.
Which, we need to maybe get ahead of the those who don't get the shorty. We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
That's going to be one of those bottles, y'all, that the people that have been here for a really long time, which means like a year and a half or a year or whatever. No, we haven't been a year and a half.
Just over a year.
Year and 4 months, I think. So if they've been supporting us from day one, they're going to get a bottle. And they're not going to make it very far. And I'm sorry. But here's what I am going to do. I'm going to buy an extra bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sample that entire bottle. And we will do for everyone that doesn't get one, that's one of our members, we'll throw all of you into some kind of wheel or spin or something. And we'll do it through Discord, but I will make sure everyone gets to try it that I can. That's the best I can do.
That's awesome. That's a great idea, Hack. And I think it's special. And, but by the way, the bourbon that you're going to get is like a little brother of that. And then the rye is just like another level. So just buy this.
So Duran, when he came over today and I let him try,
I'm so excited.
A little of this. He did the Duran face, which you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I think like if you considered that a 10 out of a 10 on a scale, our bourbon's at 8.5.
Yeah.
Would that be right?
Yeah. You're not, if you like, you're going to like the bourbon. And then I think you're really going to like the rye. Those who are scared of ryes, I get it. But
yeah, but like I said,
by the way,
there's not going to be a lot of those shorties, but I will do 2-ounce samples of an entire bottle, and we'll do some kind of giveaway on those. You won't be required to pay anything. It's just going to be something I'll do out of my pocket for everybody.
That's nice, man. So Terry, yeah, I am a rye guy, but I'm not a crazy. I know the difference between like ryes that though. I remember when I was getting into them. And I want to be careful with that because we have a responsibility and we're selling these and we want to do good by that. But man, this thing is not just, this was a crowd pleaser. So it wasn't just me.
Shall we load the wheel, sir? Because it's been a long 3 days and for me, and I know it's late where you're at. So let me load the wheel. Wheel is ready to roll. Appreciate everybody that super chatted tonight. Thank you again to Bobby and Dan for coming on. I could have hung out with those dudes forever, but we gotta end it somewhere. And let me add the wheel here, sir.
So, oh man, this is so good, Hack.
I like it a lot right now. I did not like it that much that first night.
I get like a flan thing. You get any flan? It's like a flan. That caramel drizzle, vanilla. Oh, wow. We got a lot of people in here. It's awesome.
We do, sir. Let me see if I can.
Oh, Jay.
Jay,
look at this, Jay. If I get the shorty, I'll split half the bottle.
Jay, that's the kind of people we got. That's the kind of people we got. Okay, gotta get my notepad, sir. First up, we're gonna give away the Eagle Rare 10 store pick again in honor of my son.
That's awesome, man. I know that was something where
it means a lot to me. It really does. People probably get sick of me talking about it, but it really does.
No, they don't. And if they do, who cares? Because I think people care, and I care, and I know he's been working on that, and you guys have been working on that. So it's great to hear.
Thanks, Matt. All right, let's spin her up. How many times do you want me to shuffle for the Eagle Rare? Let's do 10 since he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Love
All
it.
right, there we go.
Do you know the specs on this one from Saz?
This is size select. Yeah, it's a size select Eagle Rare 10.
Is this a little older? Oh,
I don't know this. Brandon Scott.
Brandon is so Brandon. By the way, did you get you got the Caleb's coming to the Scott Bros? I think the Caleb should be at yours.
Yeah, I've got them sitting here. I got the Scott Bros. They're sitting there.
All right.
Brandon Scott is he's on fire here.
Brandon, you killing it. All right.
Let's do the Crittenden Black Walnut Rye. You can only get this distillery, and I'm gonna have to hand deliver it to you, but we'll figure out a way. Let me shuffle 1, 2. What's it? 8 year? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's a 7 year. 7, and we'll spin there, Matt.
This is for what, Hack?
The Black Walnut Rye.
I want this so bad. I wish I walked away.
I don't know how you didn't end up with one.
I just didn't buy. I was just like,
Diggity dog. Congratulations.
Congrats, Diggity.
Next up, we'll do a Crittenden's Fun Pack.
No Diggity, no doubt. You know that song?
Yeah. What was that?
Black Street.
Left Eye and
Black Street.
Yo Diggity, like the scoop, baby.
Wait, you're thinking of a different song, my friend.
I am. I'm in a totally different. I'm like totally.
No Diggity. I like to bag it. Anyway,
yeah. Well, who was it? Yeah.
I sang background vocals for a recording of that in the same studio Elvis recorded in Nashville.
What? This is where my man has layers. What did you say? You sang background vocal for who?
In RCA Studio B for a project for a recording. And I sang background vocals for that No Diggity song from Black Street for not on the out, but this is from like one of my friends I was recording. But like Elvis was in the same place. He recorded that, Dolly Parton, and then my ass singing in there, which I don't have a voice that works for that.
I think you do. You think just one day you're gonna sing to me. One day I'll get you to serenade me. One day.
We have a hazmat night for that.
All right. The Fun Pack, Crittenden's. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. That's it. Thank you, Brad Cook. I like the way you work it. No diggity. That was it. What was my rap name? Hack Daddy.
Wait.
Brandon Scott. He's just winning everything. The wheel likes some Brandon Scott.
I'm gonna say, are people gonna give you shit for this? Where it's like, are you removing the names after they win, like 210 does?
No, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, 210 does.
No, you do that. That's not fair because
I agree, Brandon. I'm with you. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying we're about to hear.
Some people buy a different. Like if you removed them and he bought like 20 versus, you can't do that.
Yeah. No, Brandon.
Here's what I will do. Okay, so next up is this is for
Cindy.
Whiskey Wheel of Fate. Here's what I will do. I'm going to do a second one. We're going to do a second Crittenden's Fun Pack. Okay, and if Brandon wins, I'll reshuffle. Okay,
but Brandon, I love Brandon.
I do too.
Wait, Jay's a classically trained sax player. We've got levels in this community, my friend.
Like Jay is the Kenny D of whiskey.
Jay will.
I think Jay's a sexy man too. Like if he was playing saxophone,
I know.
I mean,
come on.
Like Jay playing saxophone, and he's kind of like a beefcake looking dude.
Whoa! You're getting a little. Whoa!
I'm just saying. Panty drop. Just saying.
God,
Jay Panty Drop. That's his middle name. Do you know that?
So his nickname is not second favorite Jay. It's that now.
Yeah, Jay Panty Drop.
Dear Lord,
man, this is so good.
This is great.
It's really good. All right, Jay Will won a second one. Now we got to do our Whiskey Wheel of Fate winners, Mac. I promise we're going to get out of here soon. All right, here we go. This is to see who gets to play the Whiskey Wheel of Fate tonight.
We need like that. Not to get political here, we need like a red hat, like making Mondays great again.
Making Mondays great again.
Kenneth. Cheers, buddy.
Hey, Kenneth Morris, I need your information, sir. You won something last week and I have it all boxed up.
Yeah.
And I cannot find your information anywhere. Mr. Kenneth Morris, I'm looking at you. When you listen to this back, or if anybody knows him, hackandmackshow@gmail.com. hackandmackshow@gmail.com. I need your info. I don't have it anywhere, and I've got something in there I need to hand deliver to you. So, and you've won, and you're going to win something else again tonight. So I guess I could repack it. All right. Let's see here. One more winner for the Wheel of Fate. Let's go. Who's going to
I'm
win?
just going to drop in here our store again, y'all.
Yes.
Store.hackandmackshow.com, y'all. Yo,
24.
You know Joe? 424?
I don't think I do.
Joe, I don't know if I do. Well, congrats, buddy.
Yeah, 2 new winners. Or Joe 424. 424.
Joe 424.
All right. So here's how we do this.
Oh,
y'all.
wait. Keith, he reached out in this. Okay.
Oh, he did. Big Stick. Oh, thank you. I'm writing that down here. I was a little out of pocket on the Discord messages. I'm sorry. I got you. I did not connect Big Stick to K Morris. My bad.
How did you not?
Oh, it's so obvious. So, all right. So, Big Stick. I could make some jokes. I'm not going to. I'm going to be nice tonight.
Yeah, we've had yeah.
I'm going to be nice. Okay. All right. What's on the Wheel of Fate, you may ask?
What's on the Wheel of Fate?
You may want to know what is on the Wheel of Fate.
There's Baba Yaga is.
Baba Yaga is for sure. Do I have the right? No, that's not it. Hold on. Whiskey Wheel. Where is that? Here it is. Nope. There it is. Got it. Sorry. So what is on the Wheel of Fate tonight is Garrison Brothers High Rye Hazmat, Crittenden's Bluesberry, K-Luke Batch 15, Poland's Finest, Baba Yaga, Old Dominic's 8-year, Dusty Dan's Single Barrel JD Rye.
Oh, that thing is so good.
It's killer. Old Forester 100 proof Single Barrel SLB, and Caleb's Crossing Kentucky Rye. So got some bangers on there and one that might not be. So let's do this. I've shuffled it up. This is for K Morris, aka Big Stick. I'm going to remember Big Stick now. I see all your comments about Big Stick in the chat. We're going to stay nice tonight.
We gotta class it up here.
We do.
Yeah,
we have to.
Randy, I got your Randy. Will you just DM me your address? I'm sorry, man. I got that Frank August coming. I can't wait for you to try it.
I got it too.
Okay. Yeah.
Who can forget Big Stick? Cindy says.
Okay, Luke. Who's this for?
This is for Big Stick.
Big Stick.
Big Stick with a K Luke.
Which, by the way, I've got the 16 too. We gotta go 15, 6. We gotta do a K Luke night.
We do. You know what? I want to do a Jack Daniels night too.
Yeah. Oh, we got.
Right, I just removed K Luke. Joe 424. Good luck, sir.
Whenever we get Chris on, I've been trying.
Yeah, if anybody knows Chris Fletcher,
let us know. We're squires. Which, by the way, I told Jay West I was a squire. I was like, hey, by the way, I'm a squire. He's like, yeah, I've been a squire for like 7 years.
Of course he has. Hey, how'd the dinner go? Or should I ask later?
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, no, we had Jay and his wife over. It was wonderful. But no, it was funny. He loves some Jack. We had a lot of fun.
Did you cook a fine dish of any sort?
I did. Okay. Here we go. Who Garrison?
Joe 424. This High Rye Hazmat.
So Jay brought over Iberico, like Jamon Iberico, like from Spain. Like, are you familiar with this?
And you serve the man Blanton's?
No, well, yeah, but so I was like, shit, I've got to do something, and so I made like some like Spanish stuff. I made like a chorizo de vino. Yeah. I did all this like we had like, I tried to make a nice spread. Anyway, it was a wonderful time. Him and his wife Katie. And yeah, man, there's just something incredible about that Iberico ham, which these pigs only eat these acorns in this specialized place of France.
I've heard about
you
this.
touch this meat and it's cured, but the fat is already just melting before it gets in your mouth. Anyway, so it was wonderful. We had a great night, and then we drank mostly wine, and then I was like, hey, I've got some bourbon. And he had Austin Nichols with me. It was just, he hadn't had it yet with the Russell's 45th.
Very nice. It was very nice of him to reach out about coming in September. I know he's going to come to Texas, and
oh man,
he asked me to hold a date. So yeah, what'd you say?
He's excited about that, man.
Oh,
I think you guys, yeah. He's doing like the whole like Dallas, Austin, Houston thing. So
awesome.
You better show him a good time, Hack. No pressure. No pressure.
Bro, you know I will. I'm gonna show the man an excellent time. I don't know if I'm gonna do Iberico ham, but I'll figure something out.
He scooted down from Georgetown. You make fun of me in my bike. He was scooting.
He rode a scooter to your house?
Yeah, and if he does it, it's cool. So that means I'm cool.
Okay.
Because you can't get through. Have you seen there's like an F1 race or whatever, an IndyCar race next to my. Anyway, all right. We don't go that.
All right. So,
all right, man. This has been an awesome night. Hack, I am excited about these Crittenden's picks. What do we have again? We have a killer short barrel bourbon, a shorty.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a killer bourbon that is 7 years, a little over 7. Yeah.
And I haven't even said, so they let us name our picks, and they're working on some special labels. I don't want to show them yet as approved. It sounds like Dan is trying to help us. They're trying to get away from doing too much custom stuff, but the shorty is called Slim Pickens, and then the 7.5-year bourbon is called Mississippi Dreamin'. And it's kind of after this whole idea. It's just a dream that we get to be there, and it's kind of a play on the Mississippippers logo. And then I'm really excited about the label on the rye. It is so cool. I was in the shower, like people want to know this, and I was trying to think of names for the rye, and it just came to me, and I yelled at Mama Hack, "I got it!" And she's like, "What did you get?"
You're in the shower yelling, "You got it!"
Yeah, not that's kind of a problem, right? But so. The name of the rye is Valkyrie. So that's like all the Cryptic series from them, they do like mythological creatures and stuff, and just really cool label. I really hope the label makes it, but Valkyrie is so cool. Oh, what is it? Whoa, Whiskey Curious. I've seen them and they're great. Ooh, nice.
Wes, it'd be great, but it's just the bottling. We can't really.
Yeah, we don't get to do that. I wish we could, but we can't. But all right, Mac, let's round it out. We went a little long tonight.
Yeah, we did. But man, this was awesome.
It was worth it. I liked hanging out with those boys. Thank you to Bobby and Dan again, and all of the sippers that hung out with us. We've got something cool coming in the future with the sippers. One of the sippers, Ward, is a cancer survivor, and he sent in Mac and I some special bottles. And so we're going to do something fun. We haven't figured out all the details yet, but we're going to do a stream once we get those bottles in honor of Ward. He is a huge philanthropist for St. Jude's. So we're going to have a St. Jude's fundraiser one night. And I'm trying to put together some cool bottles. Some of the stuff Ward sent us, we're gonna get into that. And who knows, maybe Ward will join us, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah. It's just yet again, like another thing we saw when we met the Mississippi Sippers and down there at Crittenden's, of just everyone being so just like a family, like welcome. Yeah. And then here, try this. And like, so it was a really special place. I can't wait for you guys to get these bottles.
I can either, man. But also we are going to do some fun stuff. It's going to keep rolling, and check out the merch, all the cool stuff. Mac, you and Naomi did a fantastic job on it. Cheers.
Well, cheers. I can't wait for y'all to get some of
Great night. Good night, everybody. So for all the people that came here tonight,
Yeah, cheers. man.
all, everybody in the room,
Yeah, cheers.
hey, this YouTube thing has been fun, but
Yeah.
it's way more fun hanging out with
Yeah,
y'all.
cheers, y'all.
And we appreciate everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Damn, that's good.
Oh, the rye is so good.
Damn, that's good.
Oh,
Cheers, y'all.
cheers,
one more
y'all.
pour. Have
One
one more
pour, y'all.
pour
Have
with
one more
somebody you
pour.
love, because you never know when it's that last pour.
That's true, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
buddy.
Good night, y'all. Have a good night.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining out.